The clothes.
That's been started. Now we need to go over here. I'm gonna see if I can get it all to record properly on here today.
Hopefully, indeed.
Is it running out of space? There should be 70 gigs left on here.
It seems like it's gonna need more fuel.
Yeah, I still have 50
Might as well
gigabytes.
just fill this up now.
Okay, let's kill the lights and then turn. This light switch makes me the big fucking angry, but not quite as angry.
Literally just push it with your entire fist.
Not quite as angry as Devil May Cry 1.
Punch it as hard as you want to punch Mundus. That's not something that prop's gonna fix. That's gonna be a little harder to fix.
I'm out! What is that from?
That's a blooper from fucking Parks and Rec. There's a scene where
where
Andy's supposed to throw a briefcase back like behind a desk,
Yeah.
and he like jams
Puts a
it
hole
into
in
a
the
light
set.
fixture,
Yeah.
and then it just and he's just like, that's not something that prop's gonna fix.
Please don't turn them all on individually.
I didn't. No, I was going to.
Turn them all off so that you could turn them on.
Right, like that.
Also, Andy full-on sharts himself. Chris Pratt 100% sharts himself on the set. Sure. I'm gonna turn this light off in here.
Man! I'm so... At least that game's
Easy.
only taken me 5 hours.
Easy.
Like,
DMC 2 will take you way less time, I promise, because it's not nearly as hard.
DMC
There is
1
not a-
hasn't been that hard for me.
There isn't a single thing in DMC 2 that will compare to the Mundus fight, I promise you.
I have game overed, I think, twice. I did against the spider boss the first time I fought him once, because I was like, what the fuck? Where do I hit you? The answer is the face.
Any candles, anyone?
And then, since then, I think I game overed once against Nightmare, because I was like, I had been relying on my grenade launcher so heavily for the entire game, and once I realized, like, oh, I should probably just punch his balls with my fists, that was a substantial improvement in my damage output. And then from there, most of that game is just Capcom's bullshit. What happened last time?
We went to Halifax.
You are in Halifax.
One Halifax.
We have faxed ourselves to Hallie.
So,
I want to kill you
why?
because he makes me angry. He does not spark joy.
Who?
Hey,
What did you do?
Did you not hear the awful pun he just made?
No,
we have faxed ourselves to Hallie.
that's not a pun.
It's not a pun.
That's just bad.
Yeah.
It's bad wordplay. But anyway, so, before we left for Halifax, we had a number of people.
That's the jar of bad.
We had a number of people decide to come with us, because we asked them to. Necros decided to stay, to go home because she was feeling weird, and Arcbridge people need magic. Before she did that, she transferred control over all of her undead to me. I directed them to help with reconstruction.
Zara has been off in the plane of fire. Everyone's just kind of been faffing about, waiting for the actual proceedings to proceed. Castor spoke to someone of the Desarone family, and noticed interesting things about their relationships with the Ifrit.
Yep.
Matt accosted a statue repeatedly.
Matt did molest a statue.
Which
repeatedly.
turned out to be kind of justified.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did end up being the sketch.
You weirded.
But Cass did start at trust level 0 with the statue.
Yeah. You
Let
weirded
that
out
be
a
known.
lot of the Ifrit guards until they were like, God, I can't believe you're the people we're going to have to ally with because you're so fucking stupid.
I don't know that that's the emotion.
It wasn't quite that, but
And it was only the captain.
it was only the captain.
The guards left.
But
I would like to say though, Cass, goes away from the statue, but she doesn't go to her room. She goes to the archives that are in Halifax, at the castle, and studies all night to see if you could find any sort of descriptions of various giants and things of that nature.
Metal Yoken.
Okay. Give me 1 1 second so I can. I'll search the rest rules while I'm in the middle of if anyone else has any other part of the recap.
You can. I think you can sit here.
Other parts of the recap.
I'm sitting here.
Everyone, the people that decided to come with us, Madam Kate, Emmeline Adrixia came with us from Arkbridge.
Yes.
Galahad and Graceland came with us.
And that's it.
Captain stayed behind
Yes.
and is like, if any shit goes down, I'll contact you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all who we brought.
Yeah.
BJ went home.
Okay.
BJ went home.
BJ
That
went
is-
home.
Oh shit! I accidentally fucking increased the zoom, and now I don't know how to decrease the zoom.
Control minus.
Thank you.
I have been
I'm used to doing that with the mouse.
I've been spending time in the archives, learning things about about what the humans have to say about the history of the region. Particularly, Cora's area of study right now is the formation of the scar.
I hope my keyboard isn't too loud.
That's fine.
No.
Okay.
You brought that finally.
I brought it before. We already established that it's got a garbage processor.
Oh, I
and
know.
won't be able to run the game I want to, anyways.
But you can run Path Builder on it, which I'm guessing is what you're doing.
Flat-footed.
Sure.
Nah, he's doing it right.
You're gonna hold that because you refuse to sleep.
Nice out.
Okay.
I need to get a slightly better way to sort this, but this will do for now. So, Cassandra's fatigued. You search the entire night for things on giants. What specifically are you looking for?
Specifically, I want to see if I could find any descriptions of giants and various different like Jotun
They're
species.
big.
Yeah.
They have big muscles.
Like specific subsets of like different giants, like fire giants have like this sort of like.
There are giants for every element. So there are cloud, storm, fire, earth, which I believe are called stone giants.
Mm-hmm. There are hill giants. I think.
Yeah, and then there are hill giants.
Things of that nature. Basically, and if possible, she wants to find anything just also involving various different types of like suspended animation spells, if possible.
So I will let you roll Arcana for that.
Arcana.
I still don't know exactly what information you want about giants.
Okay.
Like, you are aware that there are many types of them, and you are aware of most of the types of giants, aside from the really esoteric shit.
29. Anything that matches the description of the one that's cast in iron.
But you don't know...
I don't know what it is. I'm looking to see if any of those descriptions match that giant, is what I'm trying to find out.
He's looking to see if it's a race of giant that has been like encased in metal or something.
Not specifically that, but that also doesn't work.
I can tell you with your searching, there are no spells which suspend somebody in metal. Like, most spells that suspend people are just like hold spells, which is basically the equivalent of a force choke, but it's your entire body and very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a force energy around your body that prevents you from moving.
Okay.
There's a force field. It is around you. You
Yeah.
cannot move. Stop.
That's pretty much the... I mean, and then there are various paralysis spells, but the thing obviously isn't like... Well, I mean, it is not obviously paralyzed, rather than obviously it isn't paralyzed. The distinction being, like, you wouldn't be able to figure that out until it wasn't covered in metal.
Yes. It's also, from what I can guess, alive, considering how...
It
Most
breathes
things
and
that-
bleeds.
Most things that breathe and bleed are generally considered to be alive, though I guess there are undead that breathe.
Right.
Let's see. Man, bestiary, that's not helpful. I don't know why it doesn't sort things the way that the 5e bestiary sorts things. Instead of sorting everything alphabetically, which this bestiary does, the 5th edition monster manual sorts things like all giants are in the same spot of the book, and they're
Yeah.
sorted under G. All
It does
dragons. No, it does not. When you search through here, it is strictly
that-
alphabetized.
That's just alphabetical.
It's trash.
Keeps all demons together, though.
I'm trying to find the best way to give you as much information as possible about giants. Fire giant is on page 172, so let's see if all the rest of the giants are next to him.
Because like, you know, various giants have like varying heights and like statures and stuff. She's looking to see if there's anything that kind of matches that rough height and stature. And if there is anything written on like the culture and like how their weaponry is built and things of that nature as well.
Out of metal. Well, I don't know what I'm sorry.
I mean, less of how, like what they're made of and how they are forged. The more artistic representation of how they are made.
So the sum total list of like non-esoteric giants, like giants that you could find in a cursory glance.
Mm-hmm.
There's hill, stone, frost, fire, cloud, storm, and then rune. So of those, the rune giant is like truly, it's gargantuan. Like that's the size category. It's not this.
Right.
There are storm giants, which are huge, which would be about the size this thing is, as well as cloud giants. Then, of the large giants, there are all of the rest of them.
Okay.
Though you also glean in your study that, like, fire giants, similar-ish to orcs. So they are an inherently magical race, like all giants are.
Mm-hmm.
They may not be able to cast spells, but their blood is magic. Fire giants, like, thrive on violence and competition.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who win the most fights get bigger. Like, they get larger the more fights they win.
I see.
So there is that.
And this statue is
Great sword.
He's also got a great sword.
And is huge, would be size category huge.
Okay.
The other thing that you know is, like, I have no idea how to describe the way that these guys forge their weapons. Like, it's just
like
the way that mortals forge their weapons. And I mean, they're mortal
I mean
too.
the style of which the blade is. So like, you know how scimitars are different from like sham sheet. Well, no.
You're looking for culture.
Yeah, their culture really, like the culture of these giants, like their clothes, how they're dressed, how they represent themselves.
So,
Just and how they.
other than the more
Forward.
primitive giants, so hill and stone giants don't really have a society. The rest of them all do. The majority of frost giants live in societies which are very similar to, like, you know, real world Scandinavia, that kind of thing. And then the rest of the giants, like fire, cloud, storm, minus rune giants, have a very, like, they have a structured kind of civilization. They have multiple cultures, so depending on where you go in the world, it's different. But they tend to be clad in, like, actual armor, like the type of stuff that you would reasonably find yourself purchasing, chainmail, plate mail, etc.
Okay.
Whereas frost giants tend to be more primitive, so they've got, like, leather, chain, and then fire, cloud, and storm will be like chainmail, plate mail, splint mail, like heavy stuff. And for weapons, so it's more common to see, like, clubs being used by, like, hill and stone giants because they're primitive, and then frost giants will use axes more often than the rest, and usually, like, cloud and storm giants, even though they have access to all that weaponry, they are more in tune with their blood's, like, natural magical abilities, so they'll normally carry some kind of polearm. So that reasonably narrows down your list of potential giants to fire, cloud, and storm. Because it's definitely not a rune giant.
Those guys are humongous.
If it is, it's a small
really
one.
small. It's a manlet giant.
Okay. So she's going to through context clues. It is a safe assumption that this giant is potentially of the fire category, considering it is from Ashianor. So she's going to further. Although it is known that Ifrit and fire giants don't get along.
Typically, no.
So why they brought one, that kind of like puts that theory into question. Okay, so at this point, she's narrowed it down to fire, storm, and cloud. Now what she's going to do is see if there are any sort of like, because as you described, they have different cultures around different regions of the world. She's going to see if there's any depictions of the cultures around and if that matches his appearance.
Okay, I'm gonna need a society roll for that.
Okay. 33.
33. So, the armor has, like, embossing on it that has... Can you read Jotun?
The suit can.
Soup can.
Oh, that's right. So, it's got engraving across the armor, which depicts, like, the old worship of Malachar, which... this is not a shameless plug. This is me just, like, putting an aside. There is an article on the wiki now about Malachar that is not particularly long. If you want to read that, that will give you more information than I'll be able to give you quickly.
Okay.
But it is very common for fire giants to worship Malachar.
I see. Okay.
He's kind of their, like... If all fire giants could be universally said to follow a doctrine, even if they do not worship a god, it would mostly be the same tenets that worshippers of Malachar would find themselves following.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah, it's like a highly martial culture with a reverence for fire and stone, and a particular, like, bent towards domination of the strong over the weak, and then shepherding the weak to become the strong.
I see. Okay. So, everything is pointing towards this guy being a fire giant.
He's a big boy.
He's a big fire giant.
Yes.
Okay. Now, she's going to, like, see if there's any sort of, like, ritual, like, not sacrifice, but just, like, if a fire giant, any sort of ritual of, like, casting them in the fires of a volcano or something, if that exists. Considering how he is cast in blackened iron.
So you're seeing if they throw people in volcanoes?
Not specifically, but if like if there's any sort of ritual involved, and I guess this would also fall like within the history of like some maybe Ifrit society as well, considering how the Ifrit brought him here.
Give me another society roll.
Okay. Oh, that is much lower. That's 24.
Okay. So, ritualistic sacrifice has been a thing before in both, like, fire giant and Ifrit culture. But it's not usually by throwing them into volcanoes. It's just by, like, beheadings.
Right.
You are, like, you also, in, like, cross-referencing your study through magic, there is still nothing that seems to explain what this could be.
Okay. Alright, well, I suppose that's all I can really find right now. He's a fire giant. I knew it. I knew something was off about that statue. I guess at that point the sun would be rising and, like, people are waking up.
Yep, I'd say that's a good... I hope you've gleaned at least some of the information you were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, what does the rest of the party do with their evening? I assume sleep is most of it, but what do they do in the morning if they don't have anything to do in the evening?
Do you have something?
Caster does his normal rituals and just goes about his day, basically. I don't have anything specific.
Apple, like an asshole.
Like an asshole, yes. In the morning sun, in the courtyard, with no one around. Well before anyone else except maybe some of the servants.
Is there anything Cora wants to do?
Yes. So, I said that Cora did mostly nothing yesterday because I just wasn't being very, like, specific, but she did just kind of, like, spend time chatting with Galahad, though that's not something we gotta roleplay, just kind of catching up. But there is something specific that I want to do, that I want to try and scry Chiron.
The captain?
No,
Oh, no, you're,
my missing brother.
That's correct. His name was Kairos. Your missing brother is Chiron.
Yep.
Go ahead. How old would Chiron be by now?
Chiron would be about 46.
Oh, so he's still a baby.
He is still a young. He's still a kid.
Haley gave me a visual of a young Cora, like, some weeks ago.
I actually have it here.
It was very good. I don't mean the picture. I mean the, like...
Oh,
I'm a wizard! Throws stone into water to make a big splash.
is summarily attacked by a baby kraken. Which is just like an octopus.
That's
great.
Cora's fucking whole life is just getting her ass handed to her even from day one.
But, yeah, so... Do you need me to tell you how Scry works?
I don't need you to tell me necessarily how Scry works, and I just need you to tell me if I'm making a save, and I needed to know...
You are making a save. It is a will save. DC is... Why do I have two of my sheets in front of me? DC 34. Wait, hang on. That would be higher now. It's DC 30... No, 34.
Are you sure? Final answer?
I'll get back to you, but it's either 34 or 35.
Oh my god. Well, that's a natural 1.
Oof.
So, Scry has a range of planar, correct?
Planetary.
Okay. Well, good enough. So, Chiron is not in a noticeably drow encampment.
Really?
Yep. They are currently surrounded by a number of, like, would appear to be, like, Dwagger.
Bastards!
They're sat at a dinner table, like, all having food and just, like, eating a normal dinner.
Is this just his new family?
So, you glean from the conversation over the next, like, I mean, how long can you scry?
10 minutes, and she would watch the whole time. She hasn't seen him in 42 years.
So over those 10 minutes, like, there is a joke about, like, there are a couple of jokes about, like, if you were a dwarf, you would be, like, approaching adulthood, and you still have so long to go. But that's fine, because we're perfectly happy to, like, keep you here and, like, baby you for another 5 decades. And then there's a brief conversation about, like, a kind of congratulatory thing about, we understand that, like, even though you're not fully grown, we appreciate that you go out of your way to, like, try and put in almost an adult's worth of work. And it kind of, like, it percolates with you for a minute. And towards the end of their conversation, it's clear that they're still in the Underdark. But it's also clear that these are not, like, normal Dwagger. They are aligned with a like a refugee initiative, like a rogue initiative down in the Underdark to help funnel slaves away from the Drow and from the Duergar.
Huh. Well, okay.
And what your brother provides is a cursory understanding of things like elven smithing and how to work with...
Is there an okay bastard over there, or is there a not okay bastard?
No, they're okay. They're just fucking with the boxes.
We like to leave boxes out for them whenever we get shipments.
Yeah. But an understanding of like elven smithing, an understanding of like the inner workings of their culture rather than just an external view, and the types of things that they do with slaves.
Huh.
Because your family traded in a lot of them.
Sorry. That's just right going on.
Cora is just beside herself. She didn't expect to get anything. But Severin wasn't wrong.
Your brother is alive.
Well,
That's the first lie he hasn't told that we know of.
No, he was right about one thing. He was actually not.
Hand me that big earth elemental, please. I just love that model. Sorry, I'm just so happy with how that turned out.
Just, man. That's the best result I could have ever expected. He's alive, he's doing fine, and he's not working with the Drow. God.
But he's working with the Duergar. Them bastards.
Refugee
Yeah.
group smuggling slaves away from the main group.
They're still bastards. They're still Duergar.
I don't.
Racist?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
She does grumble about the Duergar, but
Gotta love that fantasy racism.
she doesn't like them. Though, maybe I should think about that.
Also, so he resembles like a 13-and-a-half-ish-year-old kid by this point. Well, no, because Drow reach...
Adulthood
No.
around age 80.
No, so yeah, I feel like I'm right about that. No, so he's around 13-and-a-half-ish. He is like visibly muscled, like not like a ton. He's not jacked, but he's obviously
Toned.
not. He's not built the way a child should be. And they've got short hair that's like very well cut and kept, and they're like, because he's wearing like short sleeves, there's scars on his hands and arms, and there's a few like up his neck, on his face.
Well, I guess as the spell ends, just Cora makes a mental note. If we ever need to figure out how to get into the slave, like how to smuggle ourselves up into the north, I know someone who can do that. Though I wonder if he'd even remember me.
Well, how old was he when you left? He was like, what, 12?
12.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason he wouldn't.
That's fair.
Probably forgot your face, but he probably remembers the name.
I don't think remembering Cora's face would be very helpful at this point.
Yeah, no.
I look very different.
But probably remembers the name.
Probably the name. But yeah, I guess with that, she just kind of, I don't know what she does. She just kind of stews for a while and then eventually goes to Lancaster.
So, with the rest of your morning, it proceeds relatively normal. Do you go to, like, breakfast? Or do you just return to the archives to read? What do you do?
She goes to breakfast. Because she's not hungry, though.
No, but if you choose to eat, food does have taste.
Oh, good.
Well, that's beneficial.
Okay, well then,
That's nice.
yeah, then she's gonna go fucking eat.
Whoa, that's pretty neat.
So, as you do go and eat, you do pass by a mirror, like in one of the hallways, and your reflection, your clothes are completely opaque, but your like the parts of you that are exposed are, upon very close inspection, vaguely translucent.
I see. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go find Castor.
I wonder if I wonder if this place has like a hall of mirrors like Versailles does.
Oh God, that'd be a trippy place to get in a fight.
The
John Wick in here.
Yeah.
On your way to go and get Castor before Castor arrives on scene in wherever you guys choose to have that scene in this castle, something happens. So you're still wearing the ring, correct? Of like Aelin?
Yeah.
It disintegrates.
That's not good. That's really not good at all.
I mean, who knows?
She just... Okay, she's gonna hurry up her pace. And she's also...
Yes, if I go and talk to Castor faster,
No,
whatever bad is happening
No,
right
and
now.
I'm gonna fucking... Do I have sending prepared?
No. Is sending planar?
Maybe.
Or I guess can be used through planes.
What level is it?
Sending, if I recall correctly, is planar.
I have a book in front of me.
Book!
For convenience.
It's a 5th level spell, goddamn.
It is fifth.
Range planetary. Fuck you!
Planetary.
What?
It's range planetary. I can't reach Lazara.
At least not if she's on another plane.
Is there anything I can do?
You could spend a 5th level spell slot and see if she's on this plane.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. Because I can just 10 minutes swap a spell around and fucking cast sending.
What do you say?
What just happened? The ring of Aelin just disappeared. Are you okay? No response.
There is no response.
Shit.
That was so earnest.
Shit. Shit. Shit balls. I'm just gonna go find one of you. Cause we might need to cut this whole visit short.
You find Castor. What is Castor doing? Is he eating an apple on a bench?
Castor just finished eating an apple on a bench, but he is still on the bench.
Oh, what an asshole.
He's got a little.
I was on the bench.
He's got a little sack for the cores.
Yeah. He's not just gonna toss him in the yard.
Oh no, I know what happened. Oh no, I know what happened.
I'm curious to hear your theory.
Me too.
What's stronger than gods?
Titans.
Mortals.
Mortals, I guess.
I mean,
Outer.
Those are
gods.
both yes.
I
Those are-
mean-
those are
Oh no. Stronger than gods?
I hate,
Outer
Stronger gods.
I hate how right I am all the time.
I hope that's not the case.
To be fair, all
I
of us that
legit
said
don't know.
something was actually true. Mortals, Titans, and Outer Gods are all stronger than normal gods.
Also, just
Yeah.
other gods that are stronger.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think there is a tier list of gods. I think there might be.
So in my world, and this is relatively common knowledge, there are lesser deities, which Shireen would be an example of, that are not worshipped by a ton of people.
Not well known.
Right. They're worshipped usually by like a specific subset. So in her case, it's sailors from the Underdark very commonly worship this god. Then there is like the modern pantheon, which is like gods for each race that are relatively common in most places. And then there are the primordial gods, which are gods that existed in they're basically titans. They existed in the early days. They're the ones who fought the war for the world.
Safe, Malakar, Aelin.
Safe, Malakar, Aelin, Asmodeus. Those are all examples of primordial gods.
Oh damn! It's not like a fucking bubble wrap.
And generally speaking, their strength is also tiered that way. But then there are also examples of gods which would obviously be stronger than others. Like Aelin is a god of love and treachery, but not warfare. She would lose in a fight against Safe.
She probably did.
That's possible. That's very possible.
Anyways, so Cora approaches you with hurried step and just Caster, something terrible, something bad just happened.
Oh no, you're serious. Caster gets up.
Look at my hand. Do you notice something that's not here?
Your
The
arm.
ring. It's gone.
Wrong
I was gonna
arm.
say your
also.
hand.
Wrong hand.
God damn it.
The ring binding me to Lazara.
And Ifrit has fallen into the lava river in the plane of fire, and you're laughing.
Oh no. That
Okay.
can't be good. Let's go to my room.
Yes. But
So we go to the room Caster's staying in. Okay, so what happened exactly?
it just disintegrated. I don't know. I tried to reach out. To her, but that only works if she's on the plane, and she's not. But
I mean, she went to the plane of fire. I don't see why she would be. We would expect her to contact us when she got back.
I don't know how. The more I think about it, the more this was a stupid idea. She only could planeswalk, and she can't reach out to us from a very far distance at all, and she can't teleport. So when she came back here, she could have ended up in the ocean. Maybe she just drowned. I don't know. But no, if she drowned, she'd be in my head right now. The ring was ancient magic. You remember where we picked it up.
Sorry, I almost had trauma.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you just stole Declan's thing. That's their fucking thing!
That's the one joke
That's-
they have.
That's the
not
thing.
True.
They have so many
They have
jokes.
so many jokes.
You just stole
Good ones,
CW's
too.
thing. I'm telling Declan.
Shit my ass in a desert
Shit my
pipe.
whole ass in the desert.
And then it took my life.
And that's not theirs. That's Slangsickle's.
Well, clearly they're...
Hmm.
We already know physical death would have put her in your head. You were in hers when I
So
failed. But
You weren't moving
So
on from
either something just destroyed her soul,
or she found a way to unbind.
and unless she came to a much higher understanding of the ring than I did, that's not possible. Unless something stronger than her unless something stronger than Aelin broke that bind, like our mutual fiend,
Who?
Azzy.
Which one?
The dark one.
There's
Okay.
a lot of asses.
There are 3 of them.
What
But
is
there
that?
is only one living one, so...
No, there's
No.
a short. Well, I guess a short one may not.
That would be a 4th Azzy. There are a lot of Azzies.
Well, there was Azarkul, and then there's Azarandius, and then there's
AC's
Azathoth.
just
Okay.
a good sound, alright?
Never mind. We went down this rabbit hole a lot.
Our mutual fiend, the Shadow. I have a lot of names for it.
Right.
That's true.
I don't like using its true name.
We've
True
never really
name
gotten
is
confirmation
Binge.
it does anything.
Well, I don't like it.
I think we've said Azathoth before and it doesn't do anything.
Well, we have. We just haven't noticed any adverse effects.
Also,
I
we're
guess
not.
that's true.
We're in a castle. I don't want to just start talking about Dreadlord Azathoth where people might be listening.
Someone
Yeah,
walks
well-
by like,
I got
What
a
the
report.
fuck did...
well, those are the crazies from the cage when
I
they're
must
in the
support
IC.
my. I must report to the minister. My messenger, little tip.
Ugh.
He's here. He's here. He's here.
I don't see why she would go back to That, though, didn't she work very hard to escape before?
She wouldn't go back by choice.
Which means either it's not what happened, or she didn't have a choice.
Either way, we know nothing, and now one of us is missing.
Looks like we're probably going to end up having to make an excursion there, at the very least to see if we can recover the body.
As far as I know, time does not move differently on the plane of fire. We have 10 days. 10 days to find a corpse.
We could also find her alive and well. There's hope. It's definitely an odd situation, certainly a worrying one, definitely something to be concerned about, I agree. But we can't lose faith in her. She's strong. She burned a fire elemental. A fucking big one at that.
She killed a star.
If she went down, she sure as hell didn't go down without a fight. I don't believe it'll be that hard to track them if we can find any kind of hierarchy there.
Anyone with severe burn wounds walking around.
Yeah, follow the
Anyone made of
radiation
fire with
poisoning.
Anyone made of fire with burned wounds will do.
There's also the,
Any burned fire elemental will point you in the direction of the nearest mutant.
there's also the...
Or the lady who burns fire people.
That way. Oh.
There's also greater concerns, namely now the missing pages of the Codex Ignis, and
Part of the reason
what
that we
and
need
what are
to
we
find
going to
her
do?
is-
What are we going to do about the Ifrit?
The Deseronis are currently already working on alliancing with them, so it's possible that the Drow either haven't gotten there or they've been turned down. There's no way to confirm which yet, but they're definitely...
Human noble family Deseroni?
Yes, the human noble family Deseroni. I met one of the leaders, Lord Deseroni himself, actually. He... Interestingly, he was wearing an amulet of the crest of the royal family of Ashianor. I'm not quite sure what that says about his allegiances or purposes, but he seemed to have some interesting ideas about, how to put this, the continuation and or adjustment of governance in the kingdom.
Ah.
I'm not quite sure what I think of him as a man yet. Oh, as a man, he's actually quite nice. Wonderful conversationalist.
In any case, we need to... I made the mistake of relaxing a couple days, of relaxing for the past few days. I know Cassandra's been on some kind of suspicion hunt. I'm not even sure where she still is right now. Probably still somewhere in the castle.
Last I saw her, I think she was molesting a statue that the Ifrit brought.
She stuck her hands up its nose.
I'll never understand that woman.
And we probably will end this game never understanding that one.
Valid.
Either by virtue of her dying or her just not ever explaining her personality.
She's just...
I gotta give her the benefit on the doubt on that one, though. She's highly perceptive. There's gotta be something off about it, if nothing. She's got a nose like her cat.
If there's something wrong with it, she'd probably be the first one to notice.
Probably losing sleep over it right now.
Cut to Cassandra just...
There's something here! I know it!
Bags under her eyes. There's something here!
You want... Please, can I talk about the mail? Let's talk about the mail!
We've got the fucking,
Just-
always sunny.
And then I stuck my sword up its nose and I saw some blood and I thought,
Now I gotta
shit.
dig a little deeper. Statues don't bleed, you see, so I started looking into what bleeds and giants bleed. It looks like giants blood, you see. Librarian! You know what? I go in, you know what I find? There's not a single giant book in that goddamn library.
Now, wouldn't you fucking know?
I should watch It's Always Sunny.
It's apparently pretty good.
something to like light in the mirror directly.
That's cast for you.
That's
Do you guys go to find her?
at the very least. There's not. I hate to say it, but there's nothing we can do right now. We've got the Landsmeet basically starting.
It starts in a day.
We've got the Landsmeet basically starting. We wouldn't have nearly enough time to start a search and hopefully finish it, much less get there, do anything meaningful, and get back and be in any kind of a shape to deal with the Landsmeet.
That's potentially not true. Let's find Cassandra.
Where would you even go?
I fucking I don't know.
I mean, you
where
find
she would
Cassandra in the library. Oh.
Actually, yeah, if she was... Actually, I think I might know where she is. And I go to the archives.
Caster follows.
So you see her in a corner, all like separate from everyone else, with pages scattered around and notes scrabbled on them, and she's just sitting there, just staring at this one excerpt about the god of Malachar. And she doesn't look up. She doesn't even. There's no notice. There's no sign that she notices you. She's just sitting there staring at it, like tapping her pen.
What are you doing?
What you working on there, Cass?
That's a giant. It's a giant.
Context, please.
Statue. It's a giant. Look at this.
Look at this. Just shows a picture of Malachar. I'm certain of it. It's a giant.
Caster just.
I called it. I told you she'd be losing sleep over it.
It's like she looks up with bags under her eyes. You see that? You see my handle?
I see it
Yes, we
stained.
see it. It's a parrot and antler. You've showed us many times.
What about it? It's stained.
Who did you
Blood.
assault? Who did you assault, Cassandra?
I stuck it up its nose and
You-
it bled.
Did anybody see...
Oh, wait,
Unfortunately,
whoa.
yes.
Hold on. Yes, that was weird, and we're gonna get to that in a minute. That's a problem.
Yes.
It bled.
It bled. This is the blood of a giant. And she slams it down on the table. And she then goes to read an excerpt of Malachar, and she just trails it with her finger. Malachar is commonly played, and this is an excerpt. Yeah, this
Sorry.
is for Malachar. Also, is commonly played by monks seeking to harden their bodies, or sorcerers hoping to heighten their flames. Harden their bodies. It's solid iron, except on the nosy bits, on the inside.
I got... Where is the statue?
It's in the courtyard.
If I take a closer look at it, I might be able to see if it's some sort of illusion, or if it is some sort of magical effect that's happening upon it. I can at least see it.
I was doing some research into that as well. There's no such hold spell that would encase someone in iron. Not that I could find, although you might have better luck at that. You understand magic far better than I.
Sure, I'll roll for that.
What, looking for a spell like this?
32. Yeah. Nope. Okay.
It's worse than what they rolled.
No, sure it is.
Oof.
Nothing comes to mind. But there are more pressing matters. Yes, I know how that sounds. Lazara has gone missing. The ring that linked her soul to mine has just disintegrated.
Yes, I noticed that when I looked up at you. Is she okay?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Feeds.
Cora tried using sending to contact her. It didn't work. She's either not on the plane or not able to answer. Likely she's not on the plane, considering she left the plane.
That would be the most logical conclusion, yes.
But the fact that it disappeared, it dissolved, you said?
Disintegrated.
Disintegrated. The fact that it broke is a symptom of something bad. Either she's gone, because if she were just dead, she'd be in Cora's head like Cora was in hers that one time. But she's not there. Is she?
No.
No. So either...
Or her head's emptier than we thought.
So, I've got one of two possibilities figured out. Either she has managed to find a being, an effect, or a magic that was able to unbind her from the ring, willingly or otherwise, or her soul is dead.
Neither is particularly comforting. Although, if she did find someone and say she is alive and she got her soul unbinded, always the question of why. That would just make it harder for her to be resurrected should she die.
I don't know.
I understand she doesn't like being tied down, but this is less of an instance of being tied down and more of us having a failsafe for death.
You know, it's incredibly concerning. But time doesn't move differently in the plane of fire. I don't like the idea of leaving our people here without us. But we could take a day and go to the plane of fire.
And do what?
Search. I might.
What are we gonna do? Ask the burned fire elemental where
I can scry her. If she's still alive, I'll figure it out at least.
Once we're on plane, it'll be much easier to get in contact or locate her through magic. If all else fails, yeah, probably follow the trail of destruction through the place made of literal fire.
The lance meet is tomorrow. We cannot stay more than 12 hours.
There's
At
also
least I cannot. I've spent all night researching on the giant.
And the three of us have to be present to be knighted, should that occur. Not that I doubt it, but...
There's nothing we can really do besides go there for a few hours and by some miracle potentially find her. And
It is at least an opportunity.
right.
We might not get one after the lens meet, depending on how it goes. Absolute worst case scenario.
And if it does go through as planned, the lens meet, that could take 2-3 days for everything to be properly sorted, at the least. It's a large kingdom. A lot of houses. A lot of people that need reparations.
yes, but I don't know if there's actually. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if we can go.
Why is that?
The elemental plane of fire is characterized by burning seas, boiling air. The people there can live there because they are accustomed to it. I need to write a piece of spellcraft to make it so that the three of you, rather the three of us, could survive there. Lazara had the benefit of just doing it.
The Wayfinder allows me to be in much hotter climates than would normally be allowed, so you only need 2 for you and Caster.
Does that just work? Does it just make it feel like it, or does it make it so that it doesn't affect you?
Well,
Because I've seen you burned before.
yes, I have been burned before, but in the instances of, I feel like there was a time when we were close to. Well, okay, so this is, I guess, would be like a recall knowledge here. Because Cassandra accompanied Lasara to throw the thing into the volcano that,
Yes, but you were unable to accompany me to destroying that star. Which would have been an example of extreme environmental conditions that you were, like, unable to overcome.
Yeah, the suit and the gun don't prevent you from, like, burning to death. They won't enable you to walk on lava. Just temperatures up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit don't affect you.
I see.
Then you're banking on how resistant is the suit to heat. And Cora just couldn't go there.
Right.
Not without burning to death.
Caster has the armor of Malachar, but it wouldn't be all that much even.
I mean, that is also I mean, you two could try and go, but then you're relying on your armor and hoping that that is enough. Cora doesn't have anything.
I could maybe go there for 10 minutes.
That would be impressive. Standing in open flame for 10 minutes.
Trying to cast magic at that.
How long would it take you to prepare those pages?
Okay, so gotta step out of the scene for a moment. There is no such spell as planar adaptation in Pathfinder 2e. Not yet.
What is that?
That is a spell from Pathfinder 1e that adapts you to extreme conditions that you would find on the planescape.
Sorry, I'm not authoring a spell for you in the middle of a session.
I know. Which is why I was like, we can't do that. I'm honestly, that's the worst exclusion so far, honestly. I'm kind of mad about that.
What?
The fact that they didn't port that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm mad about it.
I would if I went there.
Ba-da-bop.
We can. Are you able to cast any sort of scry spell
Not that would reach across planes.
while you're in the plane? Because if you are, you would be able to go cast scry in some.
No, we're not. We're not doing that. We're not going unless we all go together. Lazara might be dead because she went off on her own.
I don't even think I have scry.
Now that I think about it, every time.
You're also assuming she's still in the plane of fire.
Yeah. There's also the chance she might not even be on the plane of fire anymore. If she encountered the shadow, who knows where she is.
There's nothing we can do then.
Not right now, anyway. We're not abandoning this, but
Nothing.
unfortunately we'll have to wait.
Nothing we can do but sit here and feel impotent.
Maybe impotent to help one of our friends, yes, but that we still have a whole barony to look after. While we're here, we might as well make the most of our time and work towards helping that.
Right.
So what do you do with the rest of your day? Because if the answer is not much, we're going to proceed to the next day.
Chorus crafts a scroll of scry.
I don't know that you can do that in one day.
I believe I can. I think it takes 4. Hang on.
But while you look into that, so the previous day, like, the setup for a festival began, and then the next day is like, you guys are like down in the city. That's where the festival is getting ready to begin, and then up here, you guys are about to do like the official business, and then there will be like a huge celebration. So the next day, like, all of the nobles are like putting on their good clothes, you know, putting on their good jewelry, getting ready to meet the king and have an official discussion. And Lady Kadra calls you all to, like, come speak with her.
Cassandra attends.
Sam?
Cora's there too.
And the rest of your entourage also attends.
Yes.
And she says, please, when this begins, just do one thing for me. Don't speak out of turn. And wait until, at least wait until I am addressed before saying something.
Understood.
So, you guys are brought out into the courtyard, where there are these stone. Have you seen like the symposium? It's like that. There's this kind of like stone half circle that are just seats
Yeah.
for speaking. Because this is where there is the most space for it. It is the same courtyard with the statue of suspicion. And
Just
there's a bit of preamble, there's a brief conversation about like the livelihood of Halifax and the slow expansion of the kingdom's population and that kind of thing. And then the king himself is made known. So King Halifax is this older human gentleman with like short-ish, well, I guess that would be a longer beard, but it's not like super wizard long. It's
Yeah.
just
it's
like,
not a wizard.
and he's got like, longer but well-kept like salt and pepper hair, and he's in these like purple and gold robes with the kind of modesty is not a word that belongs in the same sentence with crown, but it's a simple gold crown with like one emerald in the middle of it. So he comes out and begins to speak. I have called you all here today with mandatory attendance to discuss two matters which affect our great land and our fantastic kingdom, which I have been so blessed to rule. The first and most important is the matter of a growing alliance, potentially with our red-complexioned friends to the south. Their fiery temperament, though not necessarily admirable in its ability to construct long-lasting civilizations, will be immensely useful in strong-arming, as it were, our mutual enemy to the north. Secondly, we are here to discuss the accusation of treason. The daughter of the Cadron barony has been called to be tried for her crimes of stealing land which did not belong to her, to which she had no right to claim, and which has potentially jeopardized treaties which we have with other sovereign lands. And over the next while, there's like, a couple of minutes of like people who are sat on the seats, like talking with one another and saying things, and Disaroni speaks up and talks about like, our kingdom is only made weaker by these poor alliances that we have with everyone nearby. Like, we've all but insulted the orcs. Our alliances are getting weaker with the dwarves and the gnomes. An ally like the Ifrit is a huge boon, and they've gone out of their way to secure that help, that union by bringing this huge gift. And he points to the statue in the courtyard, and it's unveiled, and it's the fire giant that we've all seen, or at least the fire giant that Cass is reasonably certain is there. And there's they went out of their way to spend all of this money to produce this statue of metal just for us. It's a show of goodwill. And the king kind of strokes at his beard, and he's like, yes, but the kingdoms of man have survived the last 2,000 years nearly without the help of the other races. We receive a minor amount of help from the dwarves, but we can't be liable to send our bodies to go off and fight fights that don't belong to us. The dwarves are currently at war with people on their eastern borders, and the kingdom of Halifax does not send them help. And that's his primary concern, is he does not want to stretch people thin for doing so. And there is a mildly racist objection of as well, they live in a volcano and burn things down all the time. Like, are these really the people we want to be our bedfellows? And you know, Dicerone kind of just looks flustered, and it kind of proceeds. Like there doesn't, unless there is any interjection, there is no like concrete answer after like 2 hours of prolonged bureaucratic diplomatic discussion between like all of these people about what to do. So the Brevins and Dicerones are perfectly happy to like accept help wherever it will come, as well as like 4 of the 11 noble houses in the kingdom. There are 3 noble houses in the kingdom who are undecided, and then the remaining ones, which includes the Cadras, not Lady Cadra, and then the ones in the other, like the leftovers from inside the city, are against it. So with these like free votes, basically, there's no, it's left in deadlock, and they just kind of let it go for the time being. So after 2 hours of that, the king holds up his hand and he's like, you know, we can call another meeting to continue discussing these matters, as well as enter diplomatic talks with the Ifrit themselves. The individuals who have so graciously provided us this great gift are directly affiliated with the royal family of Ashianwar, and so I'm sure I can find a means to get into contact with them if and when such a time as we decide to ally ourselves with them. Moving on to the more pressing concern of potentially having a traitor in the ranks of our nobility is Lady Cadra. You have been you are, what's the word? Accused. You have been accused of jeopardizing our relationship with the adjoining territories, as well as defying the will of your family and overstepping your bounds as a lesser noble who has not been granted the full appreciable power of your house's strength. You have made a number of unofficiated extraterritorial decisions, as well as, I understand, bringing a number of people into knighthood without the overseeing of an official who is actually able to do that. Because she, currently being basically excommunicated, can't actually do that. So instead of asking you what you have to say for yourself, I am going to ask those who you would call your bedfellows to explain to me what you have been doing for the last year.
Well, this is also including like the couple hours of conversation of the alliance. Cass is looking at the statue. Is it just standing there all
Roll
proud?
perception.
All right.
Don't worry. If it does anything, I've got a 20 disintegrate waiting for it.
What is that on die? 11?
11, and that's
Forced
plus
outcomes.
23. That would be 34.
So, you notice, briefly, like, way, in the middle of this conversation, there is a moment where the metal on this statue's eyes, like the metallic sheen, well, there's not really a sheen, it's matte, it's like blackened, but
just like the metallic texture, really.
Lifts, and there are red glowing eyes which blink, open back up,
Shit!
and then the metal covers them again.
Can't just shoot it in the middle of the thing, though. That would make us look crazy. Fuck. We gotta wait for it to make the first move.
Cass leans over it, like, who's, I assume, like, next, I'll say I'm in the middle of you two.
Yeah.
She leans over to Castor, and then the chorus saying, that is definitely a giant. It just blinked.
Excellent.
Castor just kind of nods his head slightly in acknowledgement that you said anything, but does not do anything else.
Yes.
Yeah. You just
be prepared for any contingency.
yeah, you just see Cora like she's you would know this, like she's quite tense right now.
Well, after being addressed, do any of you have anything you'd like to say first?
I probably shouldn't lead,
Okay.
given what the court thinks about Drow.
Castro?
I, Tattoo the player, am terrible at speeches.
Okay.
I know the feeling.
You can roll diplomacy,
I'll do that.
and then you can just give me the gist of what you'd like to say.
Tell me what the cool stuff is.
Diplomacy, okay.
Who had ruled that area prior to Cage's moving in?
Nobody. It was currently unclaimed land. So it originally was held by another noble family that...
Can I get a re on that?
Sure.
That was like dissolved.
They didn't produce an heir, and
5.
then, like...
Again?
Yes.
Fucking. Do you want another one? It's probably important you do well on this one.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Their entire family basically ended up, like, the wives and husbands of other noble families.
Try the
and
dice tower touch.
just kind of disappeared.
It seems to be good luck for people sometimes.
The deed to the land was then given to the Cadron family, but they never...
Worse.
Oh, well, not yet.
Oh God.
How many rerolls have you used?
2. I could burn the 20.
You could.
I've got a plus
As
18.
you said, it's probably important. You got a plus 18?
Yeah.
I mean, a 22 is not terrible. What did you roll, a 4?
Yeah.
A 22 isn't terrible.
It's probably not going to be overly convincing, but it
You're
won't be
not
like,
gonna flub it and make a fool of yourself, I don't think. Not with a 22. You're just not gonna, like, you're not changing hearts and minds here, am I
I will say, how well you convince these people is dependent on, like... So keep in mind, these are politicians, for one. So they've heard drivel before.
Really what I think this is down to is, like, you tell Amy the gist of what you're trying to say, and then the diplomacy roll determines how well you say it, not, like, just what you're able to come up with in the moment.
I'm kind of not corroborating that.
Oh, never mind then. Don't listen to me.
They've heard drivel before, and you're already in a poor position. And you have a drow seat next to you.
See, this is why I don't do politics. Fuck.
I miss Lazara and her 1,000,000 diplomacy.
Okay, I mean, I can go first if you want to think about your stuff.
You have proven not to be good with nobles.
Well,
Actually, you know what? That's valid.
that is valid, but that was an instance where she is very clearly
Not just Ghost Man.
What?
Not just the Ghost King.
You're just not good with nobles.
Well, I
Give
mean,
it a go.
hey, so we've got man who's a fighter, not a talker. Cassandra, who was not raised she was raised on her own, and me, who was a noble but is currently sitting in the den of racists.
Yeah.
Well, you're used to that too. It's
Yeah.
just usually you're on the side of the racists.
Yeah. Go,
This
Cassandra.
sounds, by the
Pastor
way,
speaks of basically how the land was unclaimed at any point. There was no real holding on the area that Lady Kadra and we, her cohorts, have effectively occupied. We've also managed to establish a town in the area and effectively double, if not more, its population size, bringing in more taxes for the kingdom itself, which is, generally speaking, good business. We were also able to establish a keep, and we defeated the warlord that was thrashing the Brevins.
And how much of that taxes made its way back to Halifax, I wonder, Miss Kadra?
Shit.
So, am I to believe then what you are actually saying is you have provided charitable help with a large group of mercenaries against another group of threatening mercenaries, with stolen taxes.
Like I said, I'm not a politician.
To be fair, the only thing we've done with those taxes, I'm not saying this in character. The only thing we've done with those taxes is build the town.
That's the only thing you guys have done with the taxes. You pay Kadra more than half of the actual money.
And
And
Kadra wasn't paying them.
and Kadra was not paying them.
What has Kadra been
You
doing?
actually have a reasonable answer to that question. Outfitting the people that the king just described as mercenaries.
We are so
As-
making
as-
sure everybody's still alive.
Yeah. So, reasonably good reason for the taxes.
As
Yes.
well as rebuilding the keep and beginning to set up infrastructure to mine the adamantine mine in the area. Like, all of her money, she basically spent on that land to develop it as quickly as possible. With her reasoning being, like, even though this is a ton of money that we're going to owe back on taxes, the value that we're going to put into the land in that short amount of time is going to make it very hard for them to come through and just be like, nope, fuck it all.
Well,
Caster speaks of that.
well,
No, you didn't.
Okay, never mind.
Cassandra's up.
Cassandra just like opens with, esteemed ladies and gentlemen of Halifax and beyond in the this is Eastern Kingdom, right?
Yes.
The Eastern Kingdom. Let it be known that those taxes were put directly back into the land to build it back up, and should her nobility be this is out of character. This stammering.
You're good.
I
I assume most of the stammering is.
Yeah. What is her recognition? Her.
Don't, for the love of God, don't say, "Oh, we're making troops in case in case she's not."
No, that isn't what it is.
Okay.
She, in case, in the event of her.
Recognition?
I guess, but there's a better word for it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I don't know. You get the gist.
Yeah, her recognition.
Recognition?
Recognition as a noble. There we go. That's better.
Well, recognition's actually a word. Recognition is not.
Yeah, no.
I don't know words. I'm not an English major.
Her recognition as a noble.
Doing my English assignment. What do you
And
expect?
the taxes put forth from that building of infrastructure will more than pay for what has already been spent. And not only that, you will have a very well defended area of land against other foreign sovereignties.
What does a fledgling barony need with many thousands of fieldable, elite, experienced, and might I add, foreign troops? Furthermore, I have reasonable suspicion to believe that the attacks that have been plaguing our great kingdom over the last year are a result of provocation.
Oh, so like provocation of like.
Well,
Actually,
yeah, we
both
did
of them.
that, which is
Oh.
not true.
I understand that you are allied with a hobgoblin who comes from the Scar, a violation of the treaty with the North already, but at least he is not allied with us. He had a prolonged and troubled history with the warlord which you have so handily dispatched, and for which you do have my thanks. However, it is not wholly unreasonable to say that your allying with him and continuing to help him, as well as unconfirmed reports that you yourselves have violated the treaty with the North and entered the Scar, may be cause for the provocation and death of thousands.
He has proven instrumental in the eventual defeat of one Azarkul.
A battle which did not have to be fought.
Azarkul was marching here.
Full diplomacy.
Can I add also to what I was saying?
Yeah, you
Sure.
can finish what you were saying before.
And reports from this hobgoblin lead to the fact that he was building a force well before us even allegedly entering the Scar. And the roll. Let's see. That is going to be a fat 39.
Okay.
Damn.
He strokes his beard and he thinks about it, and a number of people nearby him point out, like, you know, he had like 11,000, like 12,000 soldiers. There's no way he put that together in like 4 months.
Right.
Azarkul was marching here long before that particular hobgoblin, ever came across his notice. And he was not bid here upon intent for revenge for possible trespass into the Scar. You might have your sources. We have ours.
Yes, but you're the one on trial, and I am the king. And you are the least trustworthy person in this entire court. How do I know that she is not compromised, that she does not serve our enemy for a most favorable position with perhaps padded manacles when she is enslaved by your kin?
If I may interject, this this drow in question has risked her life numerous times to help not only normal humans, but that of the Ifrit, of which we may potentially ally ourselves with. One of our compatriots is one of those Ifrit.
The matter of us allying with the Ifrit is still a subject for debate. Whether or not a drow is willing to risk their lives for a number of humans is also up for debate. This would be an excellent position for the drow to be in. Look at that. We have one of them in the human court. Now we just need to wait for them to listen. As far as I'm concerned, the Knife-Ears have no place here. But you have been called here as a witness for her trial, and I will happily, graciously, most readily provide her with the ability to damn herself by finding herself allied with the enemy.
If you called us here as witnesses with no intent, without the intent to hear our counsel,
I don't think counsel is the right word.
no, not counsel, to hear our testimony, why did you call us here?
Fireguard, you worship safe. Am I to believe that?
Yes, my lord.
You are reasonably high ranked among your order.
Yes, my lord.
And your order dispatched 100 elite troops from a bannered detachment of knights. The Knights of the Morning Dew. When they returned, less than a third of them returned, and without their leader. Do you have an explanation for this potentially gross misallocation of resources? And I would also like to remind you that it is not just you who is being scrutinized for this decision. Your friend, I understand, Chuko Rapkor. He is also being questioned for a posthumous excommunication from the church for losing some of its most prized artifacts, as well as ending in the complete and total destruction of the outfit. It will take decades to recover.
Their loss is a large one. A hard one. Jukarapkor, as you mentioned, was a dear friend of mine. We grew together, and in vying for the position of becoming a member of the Knights of the Morning Dew, he bested me in fair trial and skill, and I readily admit that. He and a number of his men, a large number of his men, unfortunately did fall. However, they fell in combat. We discovered in our dealings with the elimination of the troops of Azarkul and his war bands emerging from the Scar that there were agents among them allied with the Drow. drow themselves, mostly half-drow.
Drow that had breached the treaty to enter the Scar.
They seem to be a contingent of a militant group under one of the larger drow families. They sought to gain themselves power and status by basically enacting the will of the kingdom by causing a proxy war and aiding said proxy war between Azar Kul and the southern kingdoms on the hopes that our kingdoms, in the hopes that we might violate the treaty first, giving them the opportunity to invade.
Roll diplomacy. Maybe with a die that doesn't suck. You're gonna get something regardless of how you roll, though.
Do you want to use mine?
Sure.
Can I roll to assist with
No.
Yeah, they're not gonna listen to a word I say.
They most unfortunately, valiantly fell in combat. 17 plus 18.
Nice!
Okay. So that's 15. So 35.
Yeah.
He leans back for a moment, and as he lurches back forward, he says, well, I can at least admit that, as I have been informed, there are surviving members of the Knights of the Morning Dew who corroborate your story. That is the debrief I was given officially from the church shortly afterwards. I was asked to question you to see if there was anything more. I am at least willing to believe that account of the events. And I am willing to believe that we have enemies marching on our doorstep, which would make allies like the Ifrit very useful. But it's very hard for me to continue justifying the existence of an expanded territory rather than consolidating the territories we already have. What has been done was already against the rules. So unless you have something very compelling,
Why don't we...
No.
something that is not so damning as the armor that I see you wear.
If I...
Why did you show up wearing the armor?
I was assumed I was wearing the armor, not armor, just regular noble clothes.
Oh, if you're just wearing normal
Yeah,
clothes,
just-
go ahead. Then I don't say that.
Okay.
But you showed up in it though.
Did I show up in the armor?
Yeah, because...
I did show up in the armor, though I am not wearing it presently. I'm wearing just her nice mare clothes that she wears around the town.
So you're not wearing it in this scene.
No.
So there's a little less but someone has seen you wearing this armor.
Mhm.
You walked into town with it, and you used it to translate Jotun in the archives.
Yes. Well, Your Grace. This sounds like quite the tall tale. However, I have a witness that can corroborate this story. Whether or not you believe them is up for debate. But we have also got into contact with one of the lost cities of the Union, Arkbridge to the north.
The myth.
The fact.
The fact.
You're going to need something very, very compelling indeed for me to believe that.
One Amelin Adrixia is here from Arkbridge. And she has. She is the original author of the schematics for one of the firearms that I use. If you will allow, I can go retrieve said firearm, and she can retrieve her papers to show that this is not any sort of.
Nobles are ponces. This is why we got away with feudalism.
Right.
She kind of stands up and waves, and there are a lot of nobles that are like, what the fuck is this lady doing? Why is she not bowing to a king? Yeah, I do a substantial amount of weapons and scientific development for the city of Arkbridge. If you are willing to postpone this completely erroneous and asinine trial, I can show you how we get there.
We do have a teleportation circle to the city itself, within our lands.
That would be a very powerful ally indeed, but it would also be just enough time for you to smuggle the lady into another land.
The lady in question is who?
Lady Kadra. Because she is the one who's on trial.
Right.
Then may I suggest something? I'm a wizard of some note. I would not ask you to come with me personally. I would recognize that even such a question would be folly. Send one of your most, if you would allow me, a few of your most trusted men. I could bring them to the teleportation circle. They can see Arkbridge for themselves. They can come back to you.
Roll diplomacy.
It's a 19 on die.
Hang on. 19 plus 18.
So
37.
I will send you alone in a few days' time with 5 of my knights. And I do mean you alone.
If that is your decision, then so it shall be. But is this trial to continue for 5 more days?
No. It will be postponed until such a time as you can gather the evidence which you perhaps deserve.
Cora bows. Thank you.
Cassandra also bows. We humbly appreciate your amnesty, Your Grace.
The land's meet is presently dismissed.
What is the reactions to the Desaroni, and I assume like Kairos is here as well.
No, the Ifrit have left.
The Ifrit have left.
Yes.
But Lord Desaroni, after hearing Arkbridge,
Mucho pissed.
Really?
He is super. Not about Arkbridge. He's pissed that they're still in landlock about like, how are they going to fucking? We need friends right now.
Mm-hmm.
You just heard these guys talk about how there's Drow in the Scar. They're already violating the treaty en masse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Why are you such a stubborn cuck?
Cass looks at the statue. Is it? Do you want me to roll perception again to see if it does anything else, or?
Do you need any more confirmation that
No,
this statue is abnormal?
I don't need
That was
confirmation.
pretty much what I was about to
I
ask.
don't need confirmation that it's abnormal. I want to look at its actions.
He's saying if it's time to shoot it.
Not time to shoot, but see if it's going to do anything particularly untrustworthy.
Is it about to stab the king and in need of a good disintegration?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
It is not in the middle of trying to stab the king.
Very good. She watches it the whole time, as everyone is leaving and the king is withdrawn back to the palace. Looking at she's staring at its eyes.
The rest of the day proceeds as normal. In the evening, Lady Kadra is sitting out in the courtyard, and she calls you all to come and talk with her.
Cassandra is present.
Caster shows.
Cora is there.
I appreciate your testimony. I really hope that this ends the way that I need it to. I suppose on the upside, with the friends that we've made, at the very least, We could just start a new kingdom.
Well, that would be quite the act of war. Well, not maybe an act of war explicitly, but the king will not take kindly to a new kingdom being started.
Well, he can shove it up his ass.
Well, I might agree with that statement. I don't think a war between two kingdoms.
It's not what we need right now.
No.
It would be exactly what the Drow need.
That's true.
I was looking around the whole time. It seems there are many, many ears here.
Not a one of them pointed.
That is true.
Look, I'm not sure what the king is going to do, and I worry what he mean. I worry what.
Perception.
Oh.
All of you roll perception.
Oh, damn it. 28.
Speed.
32.
So
38.
So all three of you, as Cora is saying, like, you know, I wonder what the king is going to do. The king, like, walks out of the castle into the courtyard. He's about 30 feet away from you all.
Is he approaching us?
He's walking in your direction towards the, like, statue, but he's not, like... It doesn't look like whatever it is pressing.
Oh, look at the guy. You're approaching me.
I don't advise we let the king get close to the statue.
Keep an eye.
Okay,
If
Kedra.
we let it get too close,
Kedra, I don't know if you know. We also.
This would be a very good time to brief her on the subject. The statue is a giant.
It's a giant. It's alive. Cast not blink during the trial.
And I have its blood on my hilt.
Let's watch it.
Fabricate a scenario in which we save the king.
Yes, but a gift. It would be much better if the gift was not even did not animate. It would look very poor upon the Efreet, and would massively jeopardize the alliance.
But that is a problem we can solve with our friend. She may not want to be my knight.
Cora looked pained. We have, like, and you hear her voice, her voice in your head. We can't let her know yet.
Right. With all due respect, Lady Kedra, I humbly advise that we do not allow this situation to even have the chance of arising.
If you're suggesting that there is an assassin in the form of a trap in that statue, and that there is a chance that the king is going to die, and that we can put ourselves in a favorable political position wherein we can at least exonerate our friend here, and she looks at Cora, and hopefully continue to provide credence that I am doing a good job. Why can't we take advantage of Pyra?
There will be time to exonerate the Efreet later. Kedra's right.
The Efreet are not on trial. I am, and so are you.
Saving the king would in fact be a boon to our position here.
So let's wait and watch.
I would much prefer to not, but I am quite clearly overruled.
It's like hunting, Cass. Just time your shot right and everything will turn out fine.
Cora,
I would prefer the giant not die.
Cora, tick, 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 draws the consecrate rod.
The king, like, you know, runs his hand over the statue. He just kind of muses about it.
If it dies, it can't corroborate. There'd be no chance of it defying our story.
He turns to walk away. And
Cast
as he does so,
Oh boy.
the statue moves to swing its sword.
And that's when the disintegrate goes off.
I don't think you can cast a disintegrate that fast. But anyone who has more than 30 feet of movement can push him out of the way.
I have exactly 30 fly speed.
That will do.
I believe both of us do.
Because a spell is 2 actions. And using the rod makes it a third, if I'm not mistaken.
I already... I mean, if you... No, it's just a...
Get there.
Give me.
I know that drawing it is an action. I don't know if we...
Applying a meta magic is an action.
Okay, well there you go.
Unless it's quickened and then it removes one.
I have 30 feet of flight speed as well.
So both of you could tackle him. Make sure. I'll
Cass
get it.
Cass immediately just unfurls her wings and just like, cause she's watching the whole time, and just as soon as it even like moves slightly, she goes to the king.
Okay. Make a reflex saving throw.
Can I get a reroll?
What does that put you at? 1?
That puts us at 1 reroll. The total would be 26.
That's not the worst.
That's not the worst, but that is a 5 on die.
That could be so much better.
Yeah.
That's why I said both of you do it.
We're also about to. Yeah.
Is it
Caster
one or
goes
the other?
too. Why not?
Huh?
Is it one or the other?
I mean, you can both try.
Let's both try. That's a reflex then.
It's a reflex save.
Jaundice butt corp. Dispose of this for me.
38.
So, Cass, you like fly forward and Caster comes up behind you and something like trips you up, like you're just barely above the ground and your like toe tips like hit a stone somewhere and you fall over. Caster leaps off your back and like tackles the king
Stopped you.
in his
You got Yoshi.
in his armor, and the king is like, "What is the meaning?" And then there's the heavy sound of like the sword coming down on Caster's back, and there's the sound of just like metal on stone, like loud clang, as they are pushed an inch into the ground.
And, well, fuck. Shit.
Dear
Okay.
gods.
Run, my liege.
He like gets up and runs inside, like shouting, "We are under attack."
We are fucking under attack.
All right. Is that a roll initiative time?
That is a roll initiative time.
Nice.
Well, Jesus Christ. 25.
I will get everybody's initiative in a second. I am going to describe how this fight starts. Lady Kadra moves herself behind the stands for the symposium.
Mm-hmm.
Is like,
I'd rather not get crushed by this thing.
yes. So, after the swing from this statue, the metal like shales off of it, and then it becomes obvious that they're all pieces, and it reconfigures itself. It is a golem that is hollow in the shape of that giant,
Oh.
and then they are also a giant.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Here is something else that, well, hold on, let me get everybody's initiative first, because there's another piece of information that I would like to share, but it depends on a perception check, which you would need to re-roll your dice for. So I'm going to roll the initiative for these things. They're probably not fast. And then I need you guys' initiative from the top.
42.
Okay.
God damn.
24 plus 19. 43.
Hot damn.
Disintegrate!
That is going to be a fat 25.
Not rolling well today, huh?
Rolled a 2.
Ouch.
How, man? We're gonna have to get this in iron.
We shall see.
And then... Okay. So... I need everyone, if they could, most helpfully, make a...
Perception.
Yes, a perception check. And
Oh,
then-
not so good, that one. Man!
What is
just getting fucked?
Natural 1, so that's going to be a 24.
29.
29
natural
total?
one fails
Yeah.
regardless.
8 on die.
No, a natural 1 doesn't fail a skill check.
No.
28.
Natural 1 is only a failure on an attack roll.
What'd you get?
And the saving throw
29.
as well?
Oh, and saving throws. It is
28.
28. Actually, the way that it works on saving throws, and I think it might be the way it works on attack rolls in this edition, is it turns whatever you rolled into 1 degree of success worse than what it was. But since rolling a natural 1 is already so low, that usually just means it turns a normal failure into a critical failure.
I see.
So what did you roll?
28.
And what did you roll?
29.
29. And you rolled...
24.
Okay.
Not high rolls, guys.
How bad do you want to notice this thing?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes to the deal already.
Okay. Let me do something real quick.
I feel like this is save the king important.
Well, I think we've done that.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna need help.
Yeah.
We should take all the good we can get.
Wait.
Not the greatest good you ever gonna get. Man, Pixar. It's a shame that Pixar peaked in The Incredibles.
Incredibles 2 was good though.
Oh,
What is your
I'm
AC,
being
Caster?
sarcastic, but
Caster's AC is.
Incredibles 2 is very good.
Oh, shit, I remember why I got the page. I'm sorry.
God, Caster.
I hate to be like a mooch, but you guys got any food?
Yeah, you're welcome
Sure,
to
go
take food. Would you like to take home 30 pounds of chicken?
Take home a pound in my stomach.
We don't, it's not prepared. The reason why I asked if you wanted 30 pounds of it is because it came in a case that was 50 pounds of frozen chicken.
Nice.
Oh, right, because.
Those
Right.
are mine.
Oh,
Do not you dare offer him my plate. I'm sorry, Matt. No.
that's okay. I was offering him mine.
36.
36. Okay. So, Caster, you take a second hit as you let your head up, and it, like, slams your head back down into the ground. You take 30 damage from that.
Ouch.
But what you glean... I'll wait for them to get back.
Mm-hmm.
My lamb chops. They are my favorite food.
I wish we still
I don't
had
blame
that.
you. Lamb is great.
I think we used to have. Oh no, we have a lamb dish coming up at Longhorn.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Say what you just said again.
I don't blame you.
Okay,
Lamb is
I
great.
thought you said I don't lamb you, and I was about to be like, not only is that a bad pun, but I hate you.
Caster dies from the hit, no matter what damage it does.
Does one you just?
How much health does Caster have total?
Total 164.
Like, okay, so
As of this moment, 134.
you take 164 damage, Caster
Fuck.
dies. So what Caster notices is that only the exterior plating on this thing was iron. The inside is very subtly red. It is adamantine.
Oh.
That would make hitting it with that would make hitting it with weapons very hard.
Well, good thing you guys all have very strong weapons.
Yes. So normal whack is all but useless.
Well,
No, you guys have weapons that mean it isn't.
Yeah.
You guys have the good weapon.
The strong weapon.
We got the good touch.
Normal whack makes the other guys useless.
I don't know what it is, but because I haven't even watched the part, but I've had the part 5 like theme stuck in my head from JoJo's like all day because it has this moment where it goes ham on the piano and it's great.
Nice.
So, if golems are in the realm of alchemy, and they're also in the realm of magic, both of you can make an Arcana check to learn something about this creature, and then I'm going to get some ice and use the restroom.
Motherfucker!
And we will get.
Did we both roll 6?
Yeah. What's your bonus?
High. Hang on.
Not as high.
For Amran, everybody. What's your bonus? Hi.
31.
That's gonna be.
I'm a master in Arcana. It's kind of my wheelhouse.
29.
Your problem isn't with communists. It's with the free market. And now you're talking my language.
You can both learn one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yours was 29, and yours was.
31.
Yep. You can both learn one thing.
Are you only an expert in Arcana?
I'm trained in Arcana.
I must be doing the math wrong. No, I'm doing it right. Okay.
6 plus your bonus is 31?
Yeah.
Huh, well.
And
Good.
int plus proficiency.
Well,
Oh, that's why my int isn't correct on this.
Oh, so it should be higher.
You silly Billy.
Yeah. I needed. I was going to be 22, rather 24.
What is it set at?
Set at 20.
Well, just.
Yeah. I'll just add plus 2 to int
What
checks.
do you want to learn about the creature?
Okay. Special abilities.
What do you want to learn?
I want to learn its resistances.
Oh, do we still roll like knowledge about creatures this way?
Yeah, you roll a
Oh.
recall knowledge check, and the skill is based on what type of creature it
Oh
is.
fuck! I need to retrain a feat then.
Why?
Because I have battle assessment, which does literally that, but works differently. It's
Well,
a
what does
rogue
it
thing.
do?
It's the one we did against Azarkul. Like you end up rolling like a stealth or deception check against like a perception DC, and then I get to choose one of like a.
That lets you use that skill instead of having an individual skill for each type of creature.
You use
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I have like every skill, so
Oh.
that feat doesn't do anything for me.
It also lets you use a higher bonus.
I need to go to the bathroom. I'll
But
be
it's not.
quick.
It's not my bonus. They roll stealth or deception against a perception DC. Like you roll it for that creature when I do it.
I'll have to look into that because I don't fully understand. But so you wanted,
resistances.
and they wanted a special ability. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's see. Remember, if I'm not mistaken, recall knowledge is a single action that you can repeatedly do.
It just takes an action.
It just takes one action.
Okay. In the meantime, while this is being figured out, I'm going to pee.
Pee.
Dog tour PP.
Okay.
This all looks so cute.
One of the abilities that you learn about, Cora, is that adamantine golems can repair themselves.
Okay.
Oh no.
And then Matt went poopy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
He went-
poopy or pee-pee?
No.
He went to do a fat pig.
Okay.
Big fat smelly PP.
I could do without us calling them that.
Well, here we are.
We could, but it's what we do, unfortunately.
Are you guys' weapons made out of adamantine? Well, yours doesn't count, because
Yeah.
yours is... Well, and neither does the Sword of Kos. And
Yeah.
nothing matters.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to be affected by this. I think you're good.
It's a good thing we're here and not like some punk ass guards.
It's a good thing you're here and not some punk ass who doesn't have an adamantine weapon.
What does cast on?
So, you learn that it has resistance to physical, but you guys' weapons all would overcome that resistance. And then I'm trying to figure out one other thing to give you. because there is more here. I'm trying to figure out how to freeze it.
Why did I throw away my gun? Oh yeah, that's fine. Because I'm gonna have one of those too because it...
So
You're good.
it is immune to mental effects. It is immune to necromancy and non-lethal attacks.
Oh.
Paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, unconscious, diseased, doomed, drained, fatigue. It cannot be healed. Like, you can't cast healing magic on it. It is also immune to bleed, fire, and death effects.
Damn. Ouch.
And magic.
Fuck!
So you can't disintegrate it.
No.
Which one was that? Are
The
you guys
golem.
gonna be able to do this, actually?
It's not immune to magic weapons. Like, magic weapons can overcome a resistance which requires an adamantine weapon. But it is immune to spells.
Right. Is that both of them or one of them?
No, that's just the golem.
Okay.
The giant part, that guy is still not immune to magic.
As far as you know,
And
you both tried to identify the golem, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Well, that is what you have.
And I mean, he's a fire giant, so it's safe to assume he's probably weak against ice. Just like
Good thing I've got kind of
Oh, is it a fire giant?
yeah,
Yeah,
a fire
sure.
giant.
The Ifrit did deadass just send a fire giant.
Yeah, this
The fire giant is wearing a crown on his head.
Oh.
It's probably a
Oh my god, it's Crag!
Oh.
It is not a royal crown.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Though it does have gemstones set into it.
Crunchy.
Magic item, potential magic item, potential iconography of Malachar. Keep a watch out for keep a watch out for stuff.
Disintegrate him.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm looking for a big model. Big model.
Cast
Don't
a
forget.
different spell on him first, so we know if he's immune or not.
And
also,
then
don't forget that even when you roll, like, even if you critically succeed on a spell attack roll with Disintegrate, they still roll their save.
Yeah, which is a fort save, which
He's probably good at. But on a crit, I think you treat whatever their result is as one worse.
yeah.
Okay. I know we normally keep the lights off for this, but first of all, it's fucking hot as balls in here, and I want to kill the candles and the lanterns because it is not helping. 2, I'm gonna turn the lights on for this combat. And 3, I need a rag wet so that I can clear the table.
rag.
Can't we just use the other mat?
Oh yeah, we need that mat. Fuck.
Oh, we need the mat too.
Yeah, I don't need the other mat. This one, we're in the middle of a combat on Wednesday.
We should also
The other mat
probably
is not in
remember.
there, Haley, move.
We should probably remember where we are in that combat.
I already do.
Okay.
Do you remember it or have a picture of it?
I remember it.
I trust that so fucking little, Haley.
I know.
I know where I am.
I know where I was.
I don't.
Roughly, I know where I was.
I know you don't. Which is why I do. If you want, I'll assemble that map. I'll assemble that combat after, sometime today.
How many rerolls y'all got left?
2.
Because, I did a diplomat and fucked it.
Deep.
Please. No, I have to turn it the other way. Because it's not a perfect square.
Okay.
Can somebody wet that rag?
I'll wet it. Oh, Matt, your food's right here.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
What size is this?
And silverware is in the drawer.
Huge. Perfect. I'll use the Baylor model. And then I'll use this thing as the golem.
I'm keeping
Is it
my
that big?
lantern on because
Yes.
it's
Oh.
tradition.
Oh, wait. No, the golem is one smaller than that.
Oh, thank fuck.
Do I have a good golem in here? Man, I should print a big old golem.
What size is your actual fire giant?
Well, unassembled.
Oh, well.
Many medium creatures.
I'll use this. Where did all of the fucking empty bases I had go?
They're back by the dragons. I don't know why they're there. I didn't put them there.
I put them there.
I did not. I don't know why they're there.
Yeet! Yeet!
Ouch.
These guys are huge.
That hurt.
So you're probably in front of one of them.
More than like. Probably the iron one, because that's the one what hit me, isn't it?
I mean, they both hit you, technically.
Did they?
You know, I guess it would make more sense for me if he used like.
Well, he had not
left
unattached
that one on
himself
too
from
long?
the giant yet, so like they both swang at the same time.
Swang.
Swang. Toke up.
That's what they used to call me in college.
Swang.
Toke up. Swang.
Are you looking forward to getting back to fighting Mundus when all this is over, Amy?
Do you want to stay and watch me finish it?
A little bit, but not enough to sacrifice my ride home.
We're riding you home.
That's right. Oh, Tattoo needs to go home though. He has work tomorrow.
Unfortunate.
If you want to come back.
How long would you be out? How long would that take?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. It also depends on if he wants to sit here and watch me start DMC2.
I need to go home.
I could come back, but then again, we have the problem with how I'm getting home.
We take you home.
Do you guys want to be out on the road like fucking whenever you feel like taking me home? Haley, do you feel like being out on the road that late? Sure, why not then?
Would you
I'll
like
come
some extra grease from the
No,
elbow?
that's as much as we're gonna get.
We're just gonna have to give that a more thorough clean with like cleaner.
Some extra grease from the elbow.
Where is the blue pen? Because
Magic
that's
Corone.
like the only one that still has ink.
Some life in it.
Ink. Oh, I guess green's
Throw this
okay.
Chuck it. Good job.
Ow.
What are you doing?
I hit my hand.
What are you
Easy
doing
there,
that you hit
Jethro.
your hand with?
Yeah, I'm plugging in my phone.
You're
So-
V for Vendetta in the walkway.
There is.
What kind of dickhead alarm clock is that?
Huh?
I said, what kind of dickhead alarm clock is that? I'm gonna wake up this girl I kidnapped by fencing with a statue that can't do anything.
Oh. Yeah.
He I mean, he was alone his whole life, so.
Did he not figure out that loud noises tend to wake people up?
I mean, maybe he just didn't care.
Maybe
That's
that was
more
the
likely one.
intention. It seemed like the intention. He was in the middle of making breakfast.
Oh yeah, he was dead ass. No. Breakfast came later.
That's right.
He wasn't making breakfast and sword fighting at the same time. That was later.
That doesn't really need to be perfect anyway, so. It's just the same.
Don't bring Olympereps to a pimp slap symposium. I almost said it during the actual
I
trial.
heard you mouth it.
I-
It's just
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Don't bring Olympereps to a
Pimp slap symposium.
Dick.
Shit, I did it.
Philosophy was my invention.
I walked straight into the dead. Twice.
Yeah, good job. You succeed. At dead.
I'm not happy.
Why not? You succeed at dead.
Yeah.
It is why.
My friend is dead and I'm sad.
So
Maybe. I don't. It's
where
so
the
hard to have
edge of the board is, I mean, not quite, not perfectly. I'll put like little. This falls off into another courtyard, like 15 feet down.
We have an arena.
Yes. This way back here, though,
Hit him with
this
the boss music.
this line is just like stairs, basically. Like there's stairs in the middle and then a ramp on either side. But this is a fall, this is a fall, this is a fall, that's a fall. And then this direction here is castle. It's basically just treat it like a wall. And then in this fight, we'll use that as our adamantine golem, and we will use this as our giant, And I'm going to reposition them ever so slightly. And I need Caster's model. Caster is down there.
Casper is prone.
And is prone. And then you guys were over here, looking over the edge. So you guys can put yourself like right around this area. And then I'm going to get a model for Miss Kadra. I'll just use this, because that's easily identifiable. She is back here and staying there, because she is not in armor. She is in, like, noble's clothes.
Also probably doesn't have a weapon that can hurt those things.
That is also very likely the case.
Oh,
Just
here
sitting
they
back
go.
there like, oh god, oh fuck.
Oh, there go the bastard.
There's so much chicken.
The big boys.
Oh, there go the bastard.
1, 2, 3.
Anyone
This is
can
the fire
use
giant,
literally any music they want for this.
I think I got some.
Excellent. Okay.
Most excellent.
I can't affect that guy, but I can't hit that guy. So, he's about to get coned.
With what?
A cone of cold.
The giant?
Fire giant.
Yes,
Are you
it
sure?
would be wise to test that out with a spell that is not disintegrate before you use disintegrate. So that later you don't find out you wasted a natural 20 on disintegrate and go, well, hindsight's 20/20.
Hee-hoo.
It's happened a lot.
It's happened once!
Twice.
When was the second time?
Fairly recently, partly the ambush, I believe, from your sister.
I did not say hindsight is 20/20. I said very curt. I said, in fact, I expected this to happen.
Was hindsight 20/20 when plane shift took you into the Feywilds?
No, I had no way of knowing that.
Please turn that lantern off. Haley, this is not going to be a regular occurrence. It's just that, for one, that model literally casts a shadow because of how big it is. And two,
Yeah,
it's
it does.
fucking hot in here.
I think you're just heated with rage from...
That's possible. You have pissed me off by thinking about Mundus again.
Ah, shit. I think I just made this combat harder for you guys. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did. So, you guys,
A giant purple worm erupts from the ground.
Or is that
I'm
lower?
just
Is that
helping.
muted?
I don't think it is. I guess it was. Do you know what I'm ready for? And it's coming soon.
Eternal.
I'm just so ready for doom slaying. So, at the top of the round is one Korra Amaran.
One Wyron.
Okay, I'm gonna do
That
my.
is also a valid pronunciation, I suppose.
I'm gonna do my turn quick. Because there's food that I need to go stir.
It's valid. But
Food!
All right,
That strained my throat.
good job.
It
I'm-
also created the biggest waveform I've seen.
I already had the consecrate rod in my hand. I apply that magic to the magic that is forming in my hand as like just the joints around her this layer of frost builds on her mechanical hand as and it spells in a cone as I cast cone of cold.
Cone of cold! Does that have enough range?
Yes, range 60 feet, basic reflex saving throw,
Okay.
and I'm hitting the fire giant.
Which is the blue boy, actually.
Yes.
I don't like how small this screen is, and I want
Sorry.
to get a thing to prop it up on.
Build a fence.
Did you just build a fence?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
build a fence.
like the Amish.
What did you say your saving throw was? Is it lower than 21?
No.
Okay, well, he gets hit with Cone of Cold.
Okay, is he evil?
Is he evil?
Yeah. 'Cause it's
Consecrate.
consecrated. I only get 2 of these a day.
Yeah, he's evil.
Rad.
It hurt. Boy, about to get the hurt.
He's taking 12d6 cold damage.
Multiply 12 times 6.
Yeah. So he is taking 72 cold
plus
damage.
10.
Plus 10. Okay.
Ooh. 82 damage.
All right.
Mark that fire.
I'll track it.
And does that cold actually add any damage too?
That's the other 10.
That's 10.
He's weak 10 to cold damage.
I see.
But the spell did affect him, so we know he's not immune to magic.
Correct. Now you
So that
can
means you can hit
disintegrate
him
his
with a
ass.
spell. You can spell the boy.
there is an immediate like shout of pain, but it sounds like muffled, and he is not wearing a helmet.
That's interesting.
Something about his crown. I need to spend an action next turn identifying it.
Was that 3 actions?
That was.
Unfortunate.
After
adding a meta magic.
after Cora, it is Caster's turn.
How many actions does it take to get up?
1.
I get up.
Okay.
You were probably about to get smacked with 2 attacks of opportunity.
I don't know if this thing has them. Let me see.
You may be about to get smacked with 2 attacks of opportunity.
At least one. He is pretty far away from.
No.
No.
Oh,
And I don't know that the other dude has reach.
shit my whole ass in the desert. Fuck you.
How far away from him are you?
And then it didn't take my life.
And then it didn't take my life. Well, you can say that.
It didn't take my life.
Fireguard, and this is Jackass.
What is your AC?
What is your AC, Caster?
36.
36? Okay. So, the fire giant raises their blade, and when they do, it like immediately becomes illuminated with fire, and they cast it down at you, and there is this shockwave that travels across the ground that you weather.
Interesting.
You take no damage. What do you do with your other 2 actions?
Big Slippy.
Big Slippy of Huiwa!
Good job, you've killed Matt.
Here, I'll
Are
let
you
finish the
okay,
job.
Matthew?
It does not have arrows.
Matt's out here looking like Kenny from Walking Dead.
Don't disparage Matt like that.
I'm gonna hit the red boy.
You're gonna wump this man.
I'm gonna whump him.
We're going to Wump Town.
I actually like Kenny, so.
Kenny's cool in the first season.
Can't
He's
you
not
pick
in the
a
second.
lock? What makes you think I can pick a lock, Kenny? I don't know, because you're
40.
urban? I know you're not saying what I think you're saying. 40.
40.
You fucking idiot, Bishop.
What did you roll on die?
On die, 15.
Okay. That meets his AC.
Aha.
Meats?
Meats?
What did you roll total?
40?
Oh. Meats?
Meets.
Meat?
Oh no.
You hit him.
Uh-oh!
Okay.
You might want to get some flanking in there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
With the 2 non-flankers here.
So let me go ahead and
It
open
really
up my
sucks that
dice
the Drolish
thing.
not here.
I can summon in a Celestial Guardian.
I am currently the only front man. Okay, so it'll be
Use the one spell where it's like a copy of them
1,
from
2, 3,
another play.
4.
I've got them.
That'd be good.
Who are you copying?
The Animancy Golem.
The one that's immune to magic?
Does that work like that?
Yeah, you can't target it with a spell.
How's hexproof?
That was hexproof. It has Shroud.
I guess it copied the I guess it copied the
Another
giant and
D8
sent him on the
because it's a
golem.
non-god.
I like how
Is it
Amy's like,
evil?
I get to use these
Is
cool
it
fun
evil?
monsters.
Yeah.
And Haley's like, I do too.
That's 2 more D8. And I don't get a D6 fire because it's immune to that.
0 to 7.
And then whatever roll this is.
What?
plus
So I like how Amy's like, I get to use these cool fun new monsters now. And Haley's like, I do too.
That was a
That-
terrible roll.
It really is one of the coolest spells in the game, though.
It is.
I'll track 27 on him.
I've been since I've been walking around so much, I've been eating more, and now I'm like my body's still. I'm like, hey, you've been walking around a lot. You need to eat. And so now I'm hungrier than usual.
I do not believe I will hit him again with a -5, so I am going to raise my shield.
You could
Okay.
you could roll a natural 20.
That would
you
be
could
what
take
he
that.
had to roll.
You
How
could,
many of those did we have?
You could take that
There's
one.
one more
left.
left.
Of
You
that
can take that
bowl
5%.
specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could take that
Because
5.
I wouldn't have had this one if there wasn't one more. Because I
God,
know you
those
love
are
it.
so good.
That-
For like microwave meals, specifically the buffalo mac and cheese is so
Yeah,
good.
I know they're your favorite.
So, Caster raises his shield as his last action. It is the giant's turn.
Probably should have moved, actually.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Well, they haven't beat my. Well, they've only beat my AC once so far.
And that was just
That was a reflex save. That wasn't
Yeah.
your AC.
Okay, yeah, that was a reflex save, so we will see
So-
if they can bust 37.
They might.
5.
They're
Hey, shield
wolf-
raise, I've got pretty comparable AC to that fucking
Actually,
Well,
Oh,
flanking.
well, that complicates matters.
Your AC is the same.
Still 37?
It would be, you would add your 2 from your shield and then 2 from being flat-footed, because that's what flanking does now.
Okay, so 36. Maybe 38. Why was I saying 37?
1 action to move over
So
to you.
36. Ah, my tongue.
yes, give it to me.
No, I'm not.
Alright, yeah, he's just gonna swing at you twice. Real
Alright.
quick.
Real quickie.
And you said your AC was 36?
Correct.
He misses with the first one.
Woo, nice.
And
And
actually,
combat glasses.
Wait.
he's not going to swing at you with the second throw. He is going to grab the masonry out of the ground
Oh.
and pull a stone out of the earth
Oh.
and toss it at Cora.
Oh.
What is Cora's AC?
Cora's AC.
Is fuck.
Fuck.
Not high enough.
It's 33, I believe.
Ass. PPI out of pocket. Fuck.
34.
Okay, Cora gets hit.
Owie.
Rook.
Run.
Wow, that guy just used hurl boulder.
Yeah.
Shit.
Him's a Pokemon.
He did.
Wait, is it literally Hurl Boulder?
It is called Rock.
That is even better.
The ability
We gotta tell Declan about rock.
Golem uses rock.
Yeah. Imagine in Pokemon, Onyx used rock.
There was a place in New York called the Pokemon Cafe. I wanted to go to, but
Okay,
I didn't
so
have time.
you take 22 damage, 4 of which is fire damage.
Ow!
And I am going to use these. That is like half cover. It slams into you and like hits the earth.
Or just
That is its turn.
Cora's just like
Ow!
takes in a breath of air and braces herself.
Golem time.
Oh god, it's an adamantine golem. Can't stop the rock. Can't stop the rock.
I actually wanted to use a super highly modified adamantine golem as a boss in Vault of Shards.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That would be cool.
So let's see. What is he gonna do?
Is he gonna whack? Is it whack?
I don't know
Oh,
what it is.
real whack hours?
We on them real whack hours right now? Is it whumpin' time?
We wumpin'?
What is
See
it?
a wumpity wumpus?
Why are
Wumperoo?
Oh no.
Man, having several core rulebooks is just such a boon. Because you don't have
Yes.
to keep asking for
Okay. It turns around.
And
Oh,
knocks
sorry.
Caster
Sorry,
right the
Caster.
fuck over. Knock my ass out.
And charges.
Toss
Oh.
that fuck.
Oh!
Oh, it charges at both of you. I
Oh,
need
boy.
both of you to make a fortitude saving throw.
A fortitude save.
God,
bro.
I'm great at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
actually, I'll give you a choice. You can make a fortitude or a reflex saving throw.
Yeah,
It's-
yes.
But the effects will be different depending on which you choose.
I will do reflex.
My die was at a tilt because of how this paper was.
36.
36, okay, I'll keep that in mind. What did
Oh,
you get?
reflex. Ass.
4,
PPI out of pocket.
18,
Fuck.
32.
32?
Onyx used rock.
Oh boy. Well, you're fortunate that you didn't crit fail. You
Yay!
succeed because you're doing a different type of save.
Okay.
So, Cass, you leap up onto the symposium.
Okay.
Cora is knocked down
Oh.
off over the edge.
Oh,
How long am I dropping?
15 feet.
15 feet.
Okay.
So
It is an ouch, but not awful.
I'm gonna roll the damage for your drop first. 4.
Okay.
As you like land on your head And then
You fucking lawn chair.
you also take damage from an attack.
What is worse, lawn chair or scorpion?
Scorpion.
Yeah, that's true.
Please let us not.
I really do look at some scorpions and I'm just like, how did they survive that? You should just not have a spine anymore.
Yeah.
You should have skittles.
How did they not lawn chair in that direction?
They don't have a spine?
Okay, Cora, you take 36 damage as this thing slams into you
Ow!
Holy
and
shit.
just throws you over the edge.
You just got power slammed.
Yeah.
Can't stop the rock.
You're gonna need to
I-
find a way to fly to get up there.
Don't believe I can move that much.
You're not flanked anymore.
5,
that?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Half
It would
health, by
take
the way,
me
guys.
2 actions. I don't have reach. Half health. Ouch.
Wizard.
Oh yeah. Wins. Scooshy Goral.
Though I do believe you do have the ability at this level to use the, like, one of the transformation spells as a cleric if you have that prepared.
I don't.
Not you. Caster. There's, like, Righteous Might, I think at, like, 5th or 6th level.
I'm actually better than Righteous Right.
Really?
My
Yeah.
Might just right.
20 AC plus your level?
Plus level?
Yes.
20 AC plus his level would still be less than the 36 he has now.
Yeah, it would. It'd be 33. Let me see if... Yeah, I've got it prepared. Medium battle forms.
What you would...
AC is 20 plus your level, which would be 23, which is worse.
You would ignore your speed reduction.
Which I don't anyway. Don't worry about anyway because I fly.
You'd gain temporary hit points. You would gain additional movement speed, resistance 3 against physical damage.
That could be useful. Would that...
Don't you also become large? Nope, you stay medium. That's...
Yep.
Avatar turns you into, like, a large or huge thing.
8th level. Righteous Might.
Oh.
Heightened 8th, your battle form is large and your attacks at 10-foot reach or 15-foot reach if your deity's favored weapon has reach. You must have enough space to expand into it. A spell is lost. AC is 1 plus level, 15 temporary HP. It's just slightly better.
After the golem whumps the shit out of you, it's gonna make an attack at
Cassandra.
Cassandra. With
Hey,
its,
I really hope
Cassandra
Hazel
really
it just has
doesn't
these
care.
giant fists. Just big. Imagine. Take Declan
Right.
and widen. Remove all features.
Okay.
Make
Remove
out of-
anxiety.
Remove anxiety. Solid metal.
Ah.
And then also huge.
Declan.
Oh, it's that wide
Stop
boy.
The Rock.
Pauldronius. That's most...
I'm so not about this right now.
That
What is your
most
AC there,
bonus.
Cassandra?
My AC is a fat.
Fat.
35.
That
30
is
what?
most bonus,
35.
Poseidon.
Okay, it misses you.
Ah,
The Roman gods will not be satisfied with this.
Did you just say the Roman gods?
Yeah.
Because Breek doesn't work. The
Right.
Roman god.
Can't say
After it attempts to punch you, it... Can it do that again? Oh, it super can.
How many actions this boy got?
3. That's generally the rule.
What?
It has 3 actions.
So
Didn't it hit caster, then charge me, and then
No,
hit
Caster was
attack
hit by
Caster.
that.
Oh,
it
Weird.
charged, hit you, then hit Cass, and is now doing another thing.
Charging at you
Also,
again.
That.
It actually can't charge you.
Oh, good.
It literally could go just far enough to push Korra off the map.
I
Ah.
see.
And it moves back over to you after, like, failing to
Wait.
hit Cassandra.
What about me?
You were failed to be hit. You did not get
but
hit.
what about my turn?
Oh, it's
You-
still...
You're next.
You're last.
Oh.
You're last.
They
not
rolled
next,
better
I
than
lied.
you.
Okay.
That's rare for Cass, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, like then it goes back to you.
Well, it went
No,
back
no,
to
it
you as
moved
in
back
he,
to
he,
him on
he
the
go
map.
back.
Yeah, it literally it goes back to him.
Yeah,
I thought
he-
it went like
yeah.
top of the
he
round.
moving.
No.
Yeah.
You got
Oh,
schmixed and
no.
slide on.
It is Cassandra's turn, after which I need to use the restroom.
Oh,
Schmix.
you're approaching me.
Yeah,
So
I fucking am.
I'm going to use one action to identify another thing about this bro. The golem.
This bruh.
You got it.
This bruh. This absolute fucking brat.
Arcana correct?
Yes.
Arknut.
27.
27. What do you want to learn?
I would like to learn his weaknesses this time, instead of his resistances. He doesn't have it. Oh!
Oh, AoE.
It is weak to nothing.
Cool.
That's not true. It's weak to one thing.
Wump.
What is that?
Vorpal.
Oh.
So essentially nothing.
Yes.
Who out here real Vorpal hours? What does weak to Vorpal even mean? Does it like reduce
There are
the,
there are Vorpal weapons.
I know what Vorpal weapons are. What does weakness to Vorpal do
It
for
takes
Vorpal?
extra damage.
It takes extra damage from a thing that has Vorpal on it?
Yep. You
Oh,
don't
wow.
even have to trigger the
You don't have to trigger Vorpal.
Yeah.
You get fucked. Vorpal is the coolest sounding word.
Yes.
It is.
Vorpal is that.
Well, in that case, Cass is gonna. Do you think she has line of sight of the fire giant?
I would.
Or
You know, normally yes, but like
He's big.
he's really big.
yeah.
He's fucking big.
You do not have a clear shot.
Stop.
He would get a +2 to his AC.
That's fine. That's fine.
The
I'm
one
going-
you reasonably
Right.
can hit is, I feel like, the one you guys should target. The one that isn't made of fucking
That's gonna-
impenetrium.
You're gonna have to hit yourself with a burn phase on this dude. Like,
Yeah.
The one
Well-
that isn't made of impenetrium and can be hit by spells, I
Okay.
feel like you should get rid of first, so
well,
you
what she's going to do
consolidate
instead,
it down to
she's
one.
not gonna hit the fire giant
Well, the fire giant
Which
can
is
just
very-
be gotten rid of by the disintegrate.
I'm listening, Cass.
because she used one action. She's going to use another action to like infuse one of her bullets with a bomb,
Okay.
Oh,
and then
no.
she's going to use the
What kind of bomb?
the Tanglefoot bag.
Oh wait.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Stuff that it is weak to. It actually is weak to acid. Sorry. Like,
Oh.
it's the reason I forgot about that is because it is kept in a separate thing.
Because it's like
Yeah.
the only thing it's weak to.
It's not treated like
It's not
a normal-
treated as a weakness. It's
Right.
like a special quality this thing has.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. So yeah,
Acid bomb.
in that case, she will use an acid flask.
You guys
Those
are
things
getting,
are nasty.
You guys are getting fucking tossed, by the way. I need you guys to step up.
You guys out here getting tossed like a fucking salad.
That's accurate.
Okay. Does 36 hit him?
The adamantine golem?
Yes.
No.
His AC
He's
is 40,
40.
remember?
met.
I rolled a 10 on die. Oof. Damn it.
2 rerolls remaining.
I feel
Do
like
the
we
acid
need
flasks have the splash property?
They do.
Yes, they do.
He
They do
takes
have-
damage
It,
when
it
it's
goes in 3 acid splash damage. So I could like miss him completely, but and then have him do 3 blast splash damage.
3 blast ass damage.
3 blast ass splash damage.
That's what those
That's
divers
what Matt
come
does to the
Is
toilet.
that how
That's
splash
what-
damage works? I'll take your word for it. Like, does it
because
does that damage on a miss?
Yeah.
because like it, the way bombs work, if they explode in the area, it goes out in like a 5 or 10 foot radius depending on your level, and then it deals the splash damage.
So you would only do the full damage if you hit them with the weapon, but
Well, not. I don't think it would work if I missed
What
him,
Matt
but
does.
if say if I shot at here, it would do it because it would splash out next to him. But
Does Matt do wind? or
does it
acid
take an
damage?
action for you to do that infusion?
What about Sonic?
I mean,
Or was that just the attack? Do you have like quick bomb? It's like
Uh,
one of the early level feats.
let me check. Skill? No, that won't be skill. I do have quick bomber.
Okay,
Is it
so
not
you
out?
could try another one after missing him with the first bullet. You could try and just hit the ground and see what the acid damage does to him.
All right, I will do that. That is a 16 on die.
That
wouldn't
would have hit him too.
No, that wouldn't have hit him because she was at a -5.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
You got that too late, is what happened.
you hit the ground, and the bullet like bursts into acid on this thing's back.
It does 3 acid damage, by the way.
So you do your 3 acid damage, and then I need you to roll something for me.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to roll 2d10.
2d10.
Yes.
Sitting at 30.
Do you want me to add them together? I
Yes.
assume?
Was that supposed to be a D100? Or?
16.
No,
He's just using the D100.
Okay.
So, you do 16 acid damage to this thing, and like
track it.
it noticeably corrodes in the part that you hit it. And the thought occurs to you that if you could just land one shot on this thing, one solid hit, you could devastate this thing.
Because
We have a guaranteed 20.
I have greater bombs at this point. So.
We have a guaranteed 20.
And they do 3d6 persistent.
Does you need to have like
acid
line of
damage.
sight or be next to someone
Oh,
to be able to
it-
grant that to them?
Okay, well, yeah.
But I'm gonna fly up.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, you
It would take that 2d10 from persistent damage as well. So every time it took persistent damage, it would take the additional 2d10.
Damn.
Yeah, acid flasks are nasty. Things that are weak to acid, especially nasty.
Yeah.
So
So-
Cassandra has basically sussed out, attack the weak point for massive damage.
Attack the giant enemy golem.
We have taken massive damage, but the tide may turn. I know how to deal massive damage. I attack weak point.
I'm gonna hold off on using the restroom. Cora, it's your turn.
Okay. Cora is going to use. She's going to use the sand shifter to quicken a fly.
You're good.
It's kind of like.
Hang on.
That's one of your actions.
Oh damn! I only have 2 actions left.
Which gives
You
me.
could have just also drawn the sword. And that would save you a quicken. You can do as you please.
I can't risk someone identifying what I'm carrying here.
That's a fair assessment as well.
Hasn't someone already sussed out what sword you're carrying?
No.
Oh,
Not
well,
here.
never mind then.
Not in the court.
Pedra knows what it is, but she's keeping that wisely to herself.
This thing is very light. It's only 8 pounds.
And then she is going to fly up 20 feet. So that she's floating 5 feet, 20 feet high in the air, about 5 feet away from the edge of the map.
So one action from a quicken
One
fly.
action from a cast.
It would also be one action to get up.
Yeah.
And then one move.
Yes,
So that's Cora's turn.
I'm out.
It's Caster's turn again.
I didn't realize that it knocked me prone at the bottom,
You
but
fell.
that makes sense.
Castor is
Cast-
now a caster.
Oh, you tracked that.
And he
that
is
damn-
about to cast axe.
It almost
Yeah.
worked.
Oh,
So now we know
Caxed at them,
Cass,
if you will.
Cass has sussed out the weakness of the adamantine one. So your best interest probably is the fire one.
probably ice. If I were to just guess.
I do not have that.
There are almost no ice spells for clerics unless you worship like a god of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have sun and I have fire because the sun is fire.
Man, that's kind of lame.
Also, most holy spells also just do either fire or holy damage.
Right. They do like
Yeah.
positive damage, fire damage.
And that's
Holy
if they, and
damage.
that's if there are that's holy damage that do holy spells that do damage, which there aren't a lot of.
The only
Not
things
really,
that
actually.
do cold damage are shadow spells, which Caster would not have.
No, he would not.
That's pretty cringe.
That's pretty crazy. You just posted a hinge.
Yeah, I hope that in the APG when they add more spells, I'm really happy that the first spell list that they made moves to expand on was the divine list because God didn't need it.
80 new backgrounds, 3 new classes, 1 new spell, 17 new creatures.
So what does Caster do to this?
What are you gonna do? I'm already dead. What are you gonna do? Oh, that seems a bit extreme.
What does Caster do?
I'm gonna hit the fire giant.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought it was the fancy knife. It's just a stick, butter knife.
35?
Nah, that'll work.
Nope. The fire
35
giant.
against the fire giant?
That's
Yeah.
40.
No, that's the adamantine golem. Have
Oh,
3 AC.
fuck!
Yeah, the fire giant. You beat his AC. What did you roll?
35.
35. Okay, that beats his AC.
It beats it. It doesn't just meet it. It beats it.
Now I take it he's got all the same jazz. Non-god, evil, resistant to fire.
It is evil and resistant to fire, or rather immune to fire.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a very bad matchup for you, buddy.
This is a very bad matchup for us, honestly.
I'm more concerned about the fact that she didn't answer yes to it's a non-god creature.
Oh, I mean, it isn't a god.
Okay, thank
You're not
fuck.
you're not fighting
You're
God
not fighting
Fire
Malachar.
Giantess.
Yeah, you're not fighting Malachar.
Okay. Okay.
We still don't know why he's weirdly muffled though.
31.
I'm guessing it's his hat.
Okay, track that damage for the fire giant. He takes an additional 31 damage.
Gotcha.
Scared
Tattoo
the piss
is
out of me
standing there
for a
like-
second.
This is it.
Oh no.
We're gonna die.
Oh no.
I can't believe all of us died to fire things.
We're gonna see Lasara soon.
What
We're
is
all
a
gonna
god?
die.
What does a god do a king? An assassin, apparently.
Fuck.
Imagine how like bad you have to have fucked up if a god comes to personal.
A god comes in and is like, listen, you need to chill the fuck down.
A god
sir."
agrees to be sent as an assassin.
You need to chill the fuck down, man.
That reminds me of God.
Do you think it's worth swinging again?
There is actually.
What did
something
you roll
like
on
that.
die?
10. I could feasibly do it.
Do it, man.
You can also raise your shield.
Do it and then raise your shield.
Oh yeah, you only attacked once.
Yeah.
I
That
guess-
-5 doesn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
It's
really
the
doesn't.
-10 that does.
Yeah, attacking 3 times is really inadvisable.
A god as an assassin is a thing in Pillars of Eternity.
That's awesome!
A god of assassins.
No, it's not a god of assassins. It's the god of quiet rebellion that then
34?
becomes violent.
Wait, no.
Skane,
29.
the quiet slave.
29 is not gonna do it.
29 against his 8? No.
That's what I thought. Raise my shield.
Okay.
Shield.
So, Caster's just out there, a titan of his own.
Doing
against
his
these-
best.
Doing his absolute most.
He's doing his John Mulaney.
You're not wearing armor Malachar, are you?
I'm wearing the armor of Nethys.
Do you have any artifacts of Malachar?
Not on him.
Not on me.
That's a shame.
Matt, I don't know why you seem so much more like a pretentious prick with your hair the way it is under that hat as opposed to like... I don't know, it looks like weirdly swept back under the hat, like more so than normal.
That's because it is.
It's the giant's turn.
You look like a dick.
Oh, he looks fine.
I was told I looked nice. So thank you very much.
You look like a very
Caster's
nice
AC is
dick.
36, 38 with the shield, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice
Okay,
stick.
But 36.
36 being flanked.
Correct. So,
Cool, I'm
Caster,
Caster is not currently on a square also, so I'm gonna fix that.
it won't matter.
Oh,
Oh no.
It won't matter.
I don't like the sound of that.
So, Caster, you are smacked with this sword.
Ooh.
You're going to take damage from the sword,
Okay.
and you're going to go through the air.
Ah.
Fly!
We're getting tossed around like it's fucking Monster
10,
Hunter right now.
15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to put you there then.
Hey, it's my fly speed.
Get away! Stop it.
Move it.
I think that's where it was.
It was
How
right.
much am I taking?
Okay, so
Oh,
this is
more like
just
here.
from the. This is just from the sword.
Just so it fits in the square.
Oh no.
Oh wait, wrong weapon.
Oh no. Sweet.
You'll be fine. You've got that nice.
Probably, but it's gonna suck.
You got that nice shoulder pad. You can heal.
So.
I
What
can do
is
pretty
this?
good too, actually.
Oh, it's Vermintide.
Oh my god,
This
come
fits.
on, brain. Okay, 25. You're gonna take 25 damage from the sword before fire damage.
Ow.
2 fire damage.
Wow.
So not much.
Okay.
So 27, and then you're gonna take 2d6 of damage for slamming into something.
Great.
8 more damage.
What size category are these fucks?
Huge.
They have broken my barrier of 100. I'm at 99.
Fuck.
So,
This is a huge fucking spider.
Pardon
Size
me while I
category.
just
Fuck.
heal.
so you, after hitting that, does Nephthys have any resistance to like fire or bludgeoning damage or anything like that? Because you hitting that podium was also bludgeoning damage. Just keep that in mind.
Fucking
Full plate would
hate
be
that
slashing
Discord
damage.
does that.
But then, after doing that, he grabs another rock.
There's
It's
more.
+3 major resilient full plate.
The resilience is just to your saving throws.
Yeah, no, if it's full plate, it wouldn't be bludgeoning.
He tosses a stone at you. Let's see.
I'm about to get scooshed.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hit. So
yeah, no.
the stone flies past you and lands there. No, I'm not using that die. Fuck that. I'm gonna use this one. Lands there. Fucking, he just misses you. After that, though, he uses this opportunity to close the distance. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's just enough.
He arrives at me.
That means you can't be flanked now.
You can't flank the wall.
This guy just stands on top of it.
In a bar fight, put your back to the wall.
And that's the giant's turn. Now it's the golem's turn.
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Well, we know he either doesn't. Okay, so we know that giant either doesn't have an attack. We know he doesn't have reach.
So Cora's
So he either
back up
doesn't have
there,
reach
right?
and
Oh.
no attack of
She's not.
opportunity, or I could be.
She's in the air.
She's
She's
flying
in the air.
yeah.
You were saying? Were you
Oh, I
talking-
was just talking about my situation.
Which Cora's right now like that.
You have fun there.
All right. The adamantine golem turns around. It has this like big helmet on, and as it turns around, it looks at Cassandra, and there's like this subtle fire behind the helmet. And when it looks at you, the fire, which is normally it's like glowing blue inside, turns red.
Oh no.
You splash me.
Can't stop the rock.
15, 20,
Oh wow, yeah, cool. Nice glasses. Cassandra, good job.
there with one of its movements. And then it's got like a,
Splash.
you
I'm
know the
gonna kick
visor
your
on
ass.
helmets? It lifts that,
Oh no.
and then expels flame at you.
Oh no.
And I need a reflex save.
That's the luck, Icarus.
Man, you wanna re-roll that one, buddy?
Does 29 cut it?
No.
Not.
I'll take a reroll.
Like that.
That's better.
That is a little better.
Does 32 cut it?
No.
Damn. These
I
guys
will,
are.
I will let you know this is a basic save. So succeeding at all would mean you would take no damage.
What time is it? It is 8 o'clock.
Is it really worth our last reroll? Also, has it really been fucking 3 hours?
Apparently.
Not exactly. We started late.
It's been 2 hours and 41 minutes.
There you
Do you use the last reroll?
I'm at full HP, so.
Alright. As it vents this heat at you, you take 60 fire damage.
60, you say?
Mm-hmm.
These are strong boys.
Yeah.
I mean, we can handle it, but ow.
Yeah.
That would be.
Hey, disintegrate it.
I can't. It's the
It's a
adamantine
giant.
golem.
It's a. Oh, the giant.
That requires him to fail a fort save. I've got a better idea though.
You got an at 20.
That doesn't help him fail the save. That just means her attack roll is a critical.
Oh.
That means that if he fails the save, actually, I think that means that his degree of success on the save is one worse.
Yes.
Well, that means the best he can do is succeed.
Which would make it do no damage.
So this is my turn now?
I'm gonna give
I
him
was
20
asking,
plus.
what's your health at?
Oh, my health is at 78.
Okay. So, after it does that, you are standing on the symposium. He is going to
Whack.
make an attack at you.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
What is your AC?
AC is 35.
35.
Oh, the Joker saw a horse putting it back.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. This ain't gonna be well.
Okay. So, you are fortunate you are wearing the armor you are wearing.
Oh, cool.
You and your armor both take 53 damage.
I see.
But your armor is highly resistant to damage.
Okay.
I don't know what that puts the health of the armor at, but what I will say is just a guesstimation for the remainder of the session. If you took like 4 more hits like that, you would die inside this armor before the armor broke, is basically what I'm getting
Okay.
at. You would be crushed to tomato soup before the armor reasonably shattered.
And you said, what, 53?
53.
I feel like she's gonna die inside the suit pretty soon anyways. With that fat 23 she's at.
Oh,
Hey.
after it vents the fire at you, by the way, sorry, I forgot I was going to explain this visual. It puts its visor back down, and the heat inside dies, like, way down in the chest. You just see, like, smoke coming out of the helmet.
Hey, I've got a question. Why are we fighting these guys on the ground like bitches?
They can throw a rock.
Good luck hitting us. They
can
apparently
throw
suck
a rock.
They apparently suck at that.
They hit you.
The rock is collateral as well.
They're 1 for 2.
Actually, they're 1 for 1. They've only thrown 2.
No, it would be 1 for 2.
Because they've thrown 2.
They've thrown 2 and they've made 1. So that'd be 1 for 2 rocks thrown.
It
no,
then
it'd be 1 of 2.
picks up
1
the...
for 1 would be missed 1, made 1.
Please
No.
stop.
Sorry.
1 for 1 means you've...
Moving on, it picks up the boulder
Right.
and tosses it at Cora.
Now we've reached.
I'm
3.
sorry,
Wait a minute. Actually,
He just used 4 actions.
yeah,
This
is
is
a problem.
not an interact action for him.
This is a problem. He has 4 actions.
He does not have 4 actions.
He has an action that serves as
Free
a free
action, throw boulder, I guess.
It's not a free action.
Yeah.
So here's how I am going to explain this. When the giant tosses a rock and it enters play, the golem can throw them as a single action.
But it moved and it moved, used its fire attack, and then hit.
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Do you want me to further Dungeon Master explain this, or am I allowed to run my game, and is that going to be a problem?
Sorry, go on.
It's normally a CR 18 creature that I have leveled down and given abilities that make it more interesting in combat.
Okay.
This is a problem, guys. You need to kill this.
It'll die.
So, what is your AC?
34.
That is unfortunate, because this is going to look really vindictive.
Bye, everybody. I'm going back down.
You're not going down.
I know I'm not going. I'm going back physically down.
Are you?
Probably.
So you got hit by a boulder in the air.
Okay, Cora. This thing fucking skeet shoots with you. You take 71 damage as it crits you.
Ouch.
Hey guys, I'm down.
Oh, you're like down?
Yeah,
Don't you also take damage from falling?
sure do.
Makes you feel better. I've got Breath of Life.
You have to get
It doesn't.
Cora is, I believe, then at dying too, as she takes damage for hitting the ground.
Let me see if I've got Die Hard. I do. So
At least
See
you're
what I
harder
can
to
do
kill.
get you healed.
I don't have anything to heal her.
I do.
Okay.
You do have a 20 that you could use to auto-succeed on the roll on your round, though.
true.
So at the worst case, unless this thing jumps down to stomp on your head.
You have a shirt that says the rock golem steps on your head to make sure you're dead.
That's true, I do. I do have that shirt. This boulder is out of play.
I no longer trust that you're making it out of this. Based on that shirt,
That is
I
hilarious.
no longer
neither.
trust that you're
That
alive.
is hilarious.
I don't have faith anymore. I'm just letting you know.
So, that is the golem's turn. It is Cassandra's turn.
Okay.
I know it seems mean-spirited. I prefaced when we switched to this system, like, that I was going to be using a lot of dynamic abilities.
Alright.
So.
We already had it in the Azar pool fight where he had 2 reactions.
Okay.
This is a big fight.
Alright.
What she's gonna do is she's going to load an acid flask into her gun.
Do you think you should be not next to him?
He was not the one with the attack of opportunity. And I can still move after I fire. It was this one that hit. Because of
Hit him.
ouch.
Fucking perfect.
Is that a 5?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can't take a reroll? Ouch. That's tough.
What was it?
It was a 5 again.
Yikes. What is, so, that means that you missed, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you... Do you load another shot and just try and get him with the splash?
Fly up so he can't hit you.
Well, I mean, that would be their third action.
Yeah.
That's what Haley was saying.
Excuse me.
I am going to. Let's see. How tall is he?
Like 15 feet tall.
30 feet up.
Okay.
Alright.
I can do a 2-action heal on you, Cora.
You'd have to
Okay.
see me. I'm right now 15 feet down.
Yeah, you don't have line of sight.
That is unfortunate.
How long is the range on the 2-action heal? Fly isn't
Wow,
sustained,
30
is it?
feet.
No.
At least you still have fly cast on you. How much range?
30.
30.
I wouldn't be able to get to you anyway. I
On
could move and get to you.
Cora, make your roll. It is a flat check that is 10 equal to your dying value, if I remember correctly.
I succeeded by 1.
Okay. So, I believe that you stand up.
Or I think you just stabilize. Or no, you get up with the wounded 1 condition.
That is
Or,
correct.
not condition, but you get up with wounded 1. And like 1 HP, I think.
Cora is in poor shape.
You'll have to do a lot better than that!
I really do want to apologize for how mean-spirited this feels. I'm not trying to kill you.
It's alright.
I feel like I am an exceptionally fair DM in most respects. That isn't your whole turn.
I just have been crit every time since we switched to 2E.
Have you?
Literally every time someone has swung at me, I've been crit.
That's really shit luck.
That
I'm
is-
sorry.
That is truly awful luck, I want to point out. I can...
Actually, no. The one time I didn't get crit was when I got smacked earlier with the boulder.
I'm sure
yeah.
the party... no, the boulder was a crit.
Oh. Well,
Wait, both boulders
Never
were
mind.
Oh, wait, no, the first
The
boulder
first
wasn't.
boulder was not a
The
crit.
second one was.
If both boulders were a crit, I was like, I give up, Haley. I can't help you anymore.
You guys are free. Actually, I want this die. I need this on Wednesdays. But this is the die that does it. So I'm going to put this one over on the side. And see if the dice gods favor my generally worst dice.
That's hilarious, though. Oh, like.
Well, that's their turns, isn't it? I mean, it's Cora's turn.
It is your turn.
still.
Do you
Okay.
do you get a full 3 actions if you get up from dying, or are you down to like 2?
You're down to 2. I don't know if that's the actual rule super certainly, but that's what I'm going with.
It makes
Okay.
sense. Like the action, one of the
Yeah.
actions is the
Once you
save.
make the save and you get up from prone.
Oh yeah, you get up from front. So
Actually. Damn it!
So Cora flies up, I assume. Cora heals herself and flies up, I
That'd be a
assume.
good idea.
I can't heal myself and fly up. I have to choose.
Oh, right. Wait, why not?
Because she only has 2 actions.
well,
You
healing
can, there's a
yourself.
1
would be-
action heal.
There's a 1 action heal.
Yeah, but
It's just 8 heal.
I have to stand up.
That's
Yes.
1
Yeah.
action.
Stand up, heal, fly.
I have 2 actions.
You're standing now, though.
You
You're
are-
standing with 2 actions.
You are standing with 2 actions.
Okay. I'm gonna heal myself.
Good.
Man.
Actually, on second thought, heal yourself twice. Don't fly back up. You're gonna get a boulder chucked at you again, and you're gonna go down.
Again.
And then we're gonna be in an even worse situation.
And then you maybe die.
I'm not gonna die.
You're definitely not gonna die if you don't fly up.
What the hell is in here?
It's
Well, actually, I can't
Oh.
confidently say that.
It's 68, right?
I don't
What,
know what
for
it is.
the-
You're
for
the
the-
one who knows what your spells are.
Yeah,
For the
it's
first level
68.
one?
If
It's
you're
a
casting
6th
a
level
si-
heal.
Yeah, if you're casting a 6th level, it's just 68.
Please, 3 more d8s.
You want mine?
No,
Here you
Are
go.
you sure?
That's a.
I'm good.
That's a.
Actually, sure.
That was a terse no.
Do you want that 7 that you just rolled and knocked aside?
Sure.
That one wasn't cocked. It landed fairly.
Fuck you!
That's a 1. That's a 2.
Of course, it'd be mine.
Oh.
All the
Oh.
rest of them rolled shit.
This
Hey.
one rolled above average.
Oh, I didn't see the number on that one. It looked like a 2.
It's a 5.
This one was like this, and then hit the model, and then went back.
Ouch.
Oh.
I'd
Yeah.
Rough bud.
I would
fuck.
just recommend healing yourself again.
Oh.
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 Okay.
Hold on, wait. Since we're in a new system, this system has to beat Cora before she can do anything cool again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Happened in 5e, happened in
Cora
Path
needs-
1e, now it's happening in Path 2e.
Cora is system training dummy.
Go ahead.
Aw.
Were you gonna heal again, or are you gonna fly again?
I'm gonna fly up.
Oh, I don't know if I. I mean, that's your decision to make. But I put I cast my counsel that it is a poor decision to be made.
I need
also
to be
do.
able to see Cassandra.
Can you not see her from?
If she's 30 feet in the air and you're 15 feet down, I don't think so.
If that is Cora's turn,
Oh wait, no. If she is, I think that does work.
you can see her.
Okay.
Well, fuck
then,
it. Then.
Then knowing that, I should have just cast a 2-action heal, but don't matter. I'm gonna cast heal again, but I need to do math, so move on.
Okay.
Math.
It is Caster's turn.
3.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're like 60 feet from Cora if you planned to do anything to her.
6,
Yeah,
11,
I could
18.
move and then get her.
That is true. You could make an attack. Or no, I guess you could just move into action heal if you're concerned about healing her.
Yeah.
Did we determine how much health these things have, or do we not know?
We
We
don't
have
know.
no idea.
How much damage have you guys done to these things?
16 on the golem.
Okay.
What the fuck?
130.
46, you slut.
46.
Total.
Oh.
113 on the fire giant.
113 on the fire
Tattoo was
giant.
so
The fire
offended.
giant looks rough.
Tattoo
Excellent.
was so offended.
He was like, "Please, God,
You
don't give
son of a bitch!
do not give this thing 30 more health."
Fire
6,
giant looking
10.
rough there.
I'm sorry.
You can do this,
You're good.
guys.
16.
God. Wasn't expecting such
22.
an aggressive
28.
response.
I'm sorry, I want it dead.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Okay,
Oh,
71
okay.
wounds. Core armoring's still up.
Okay, so you're okay then,
I'm
relatively
fine.
speaking.
Kind of.
Okay,
Here you go.
thanks. Since Cora's doing okay, how's Cass?
He's at.
Yeah, she's bad.
23.
Ooh, Cass ain't good.
Nah.
Nah,
Nah, bro.
you're in
Can't-
front. You're in front of
basically
Mr.
Richard,
Attack
yeah.
of Opportunity, though.
If he has that, we don't know.
You could fly.
He already swung at you.
Not as an AOO.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Because you
Oh.
had to get up.
Oh. Yeah, I could fly, run over, and heal Cass.
That might be the best choice. That might be the best course of action. Cass is about to put some pretty hellacious smackage on this golem.
Well,
Yeah.
I would if I rolled anything above 10 ever.
I'm sorry. I
I would.
She's gonna
hate-
give
I
you the
was
20 when
down.
She can see you.
I was
see.
down.
It's okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
You almost had it. What the fuck are you trying to
30.
Yeah.
do? Are you stupid?
Wait, on this-
I
Why?
Why
go
not?
for it.
Is that not how you
Oh
do it?
wait, no, never mind.
Someone
I am
goes
stupid.
there.
No,
You were trying to think I was like
Yeah.
landing it here?
My brain is.
So now
fried,
I'm in
never
range
mind.
to hit it
You
when
are
I
the-
get next.
Your big brain.
Yeah.
It also could hit me. That'd be unfortunate.
Do you heal her?
Yeah, I'm gonna 2-action heal you.
Okay. What do you roll for your healing?
I don't.
You got this.
It's just max.
Oh yeah.
Pauldron.
Because Pauldron.
How much
So
do you heal for?
That'll be
Oh, fuck.
6d8, so 8 times 6, plus
48.
another 8 times 6. 96 health.
God
Okay.
damn. Okay.
So,
Me?
Yeah.
Oh!
let me roll the attack of opportunity because it can't stop you. It doesn't have like.
Yeah.
And
What the heck?
your AC was
Heal bot.
36.
We
Yeah,
got.
because my shield is currently down because I can't raise it, it's 36.
Man, we should have picked Mercy.
Can I see that?
Should have picked Mercy.
Should have picked
Good
any
luck.
kind of support.
No mercy!
No, Mercy. We need Mercy right now. Should have picked Mercy.
Lucio, gotta get them bumps.
No.
Them pumping vibes.
You take 21 damage.
All right,
21
watch this.
slashing damage as
Ouch.
this thing hits you.
Wait. Reduce that by 3.
What?
Reduce that by 3.
Because your armor is plate.
Your
Right.
armor's plus 3. So since it's plate armor, it's the proficiency.
Neat.
Reduced on slashing.
But after it swings its sword at you, from its reaction, and then you finish your turn, you
Hey.
heal Cassandra for however much you healed Cassandra for.
I just did it.
We have more important things going on.
I'm trying
right
to run this game. This isn't Wednesday.
Alright.
So, after you get hit with your attack of opportunity, you move over, you heal Cassandra. It is now the giant's turn. So, the giant. Okay. He moves. How many feet is that? What? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30? Is that 30?
Yes, 30.
That's, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. I guess that's fortunate. He can't really...
He can't hit?
No, he can hit. He just can't do the thing that he was going to do, which is fortunate.
Woo!
So, they bring the sword down on Caster again.
Okay.
Rolls a natural 1.
now. Not gonna do it.
So, that doesn't work. And after that, it is... What is it gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what I want it to do.
God, Vermintide 2 is such good fucking
It
music.
fucking does! God! Fuck!
PPI in a pocket. Fuck.
He's just gonna make another attack this turn. So that fails. So, Caster, you get hit with this thing twice, and it just bounces off your armor. After that, it is the Golem's turn.
Golem.
The Golem spends its first action, like, it kind of just enters this, like, sarcophagus sort of position, and the acid damage that it has taken, it recovers. So reduce the amount of damage it has taken by 20.
Oof. 26.
Alright. After it does that, it...
So is the giant or the golem the one that is looking rough?
The Golem.
Okay.
Or the giant. The giant.
The giant is the one that is looking scruggedy.
Yes.
And what's the giant at?
100 something.
Okay.
The Golem attempts to punch you.
Gom.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
The Golem fails to punch you.
Gom.
Yeah. Boom!
It's the sound that it makes when you fucking uppercut the fat boys in DMC.
The Golem is going to move back.
I don't know how I feel about that.
He's about to charge.
Charge you right into that fucking thing right there.
Yep. Charge you straight into the symposium and give you a whole fuck.
It is Cassandra's
Ass.
Oh.
Cassandra,
Fucking.
Cassandra just like, I'm sick of this shit!
So what she does is fucking visor down.
Oh, we going Widowmaker? Oh, we Widowmaker?
Yeah.
You don't even need to re-roll. You don't even roll that. You just rolled a 20.
Cool.
You can roll it if you want and see if it's not, if you're not.
Yeah,
gonna use
actually do that.
Yeah, so I don't. 17 on die.
No,
I
what
would-
does
I
that
think
make your total?
I think it would still hit, yeah.
I will hit, but I don't know if that's a critical. That would be 7. That would be
42.
43.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would
can,
hit.
if you want to crit, you would need that 20.
Take it.
Cool. Alright. So, it's 4d10.
Roll all
Not
of
very- not
that
terrible.
damage first. Roll all of your normal weapon damage first.
So I'm gonna need.
Yeah, help yourself, man.
I need. Actually, I don't want to use yours, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Get fucked.
I need. So that's the normal damage. These are d8s.
Oh,
I need
whoops.
d10s.
Oh, shit. Here's 2d10.
Here, I got it.
But I need more anyway because it's a critical.
Deet.
I need 2 more.
I've got you covered once I find them.
Deety. Please split D in B.
I don't have you. I do have you covered. There it is. There's 2 more.
BMC move.
Good hit.
That's 10. Another 10. 5. 9. 14. 7. So that's 17.
So
That's 20.
37,
Plus
47.
47. 47.
47. That's 47 there. And then there is 3d6 persistent acid damage that is dealt with.
Is that your weapon damage plus the acid?
No, that's just the weapon damage.
Okay, roll the acid damage first. The persistent damage only procs on its turn.
So need 3. Is that doesn't multiply by a crit either, is it?
The acid flask?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is? Okay, so I need 66.
Here, I can cover you for almost all of those.
Hey, his dice aren't terrible.
I just only need 3 more.
Your dice are fine, Tad. I trust them.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
Matt doesn't.
Because I yelled at you.
So, that was 47 damage plus...
You smacked Caster.
Ow.
So that's 57
Wow, in the game and real life, delivered a
plus
backhand.
8, so 65 damage.
65 damage.
Okay,
Critical.
that's...
137 total.
Okay, so you rolled 65 damage from that, and then you've added in all your bonus damage, right? Like, you've got any pluses or anything?
No. Unless actually there's the special, the 1d12 from, what is that? Specifically pertain to. One moment.
It's just...
What do you have?
It's like, it says 1d12d, so like I think like...
Oh, it's deadly. That means that you, instead of d10s, you would roll d12s whenever you crit.
Oh! You fool! You goddamn fool!
All of your weapon damage dice, not the acid.
Yes. So,
So
I
it's
need...
still 26 plus, what was that, 56 damage? 57 acid?
The damage from
The
the
acid
acid
damage.
was 10, 18.
18.
I actually do need to use yours now. Alright, so I'm just gonna do 4 then 4. Oh, that's
Ooh.
spicy.
Yeah, see, his dice
See?
aren't bad.
That will be 26.
26.
26. That's fair. 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus another 19.
I'm so proud.
I think that also is 46 damage.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Where's the third shot? Or the
Oh.
third roll?
There is no... It's...
That's what he already has. That's the acid. There's 2 bullet.
No.
No. Deadly refers to... I re-rolled my normal damage because deadly brings it up to another die step.
So how many dice is that?
That would only...
It would be the same number
It
of
would be
dice. It's
8d12.
just they would be 8d12.
Instead of 8d10.
Ah, well. Oh, okay. I miscalculated how many dice you were rolling. 89 damage on the golem. Total.
18 plus 40 something is 89.
Plus 26.
That he already had.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's all of your weapon damage. Here's what I need you to roll now.
Okay.
I need 18 d10s.
I don't think we collectively have that many.
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, I guess if you factor in like every single dice that we have, we do.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
Do you want to use my die roller app?
No. This
No,
feels
Matt
good.
wants
Valid.
to feel the power.
It's been a while since I've been able to roll this many dice.
Valid.
How much power do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 18.
12, 13. 14.
No.
Because it's special.
Nobody touches my dice.
If you want to use
Here.
percentile,
Here.
I'm using percentile as well.
Here, I got one more.
Say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
Count it again. Just make sure.
13, 14, 15, 16. I need 2 more.
I got you.
Yeah, no more searching.
Oh, holy fucking ass.
Good God.
I can't hold that many.
That's gonna be a lot of calculating.
6, hold on. 10, 20.
30.
That's a d12. We got another 6 in here anywhere?
That's a 9. Or is that a 6? That's a 6.
That is a 6, so that's 30. We got a 3 in here?
Right here.
40. We got a 1.
Yeah, right there.
50. We got another 3.
No, we have a 4 and a 4.
Okay, put that together. That's another 10. So 5,
90.
10, 15, 20, 25. Or no, wait. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. What is that? 90? 0 days.
Sword.
So we're just going to add these together then. That's 16, 21.
It's a 9 and a 7.
So that's 30, 37. So 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 97. So this thing takes 97 acid damage on top of whatever you just did to it.
186 total.
I am sorry, Tyler, that was probably painful. So
Why?
this thing goes from looking okay to immediately looking like shit.
So you're just.
I mean,
It's like it did it
This is-
4 times.
here's the thing. I didn't say that I was going to use it, but retroactively, is it possible for Beam of the Sentinel to also kick in? Or no?
If you want to, how many extra dice is that?
I believe that is like. I can find that very easily.
Just use the dice roller.
Are we close enough for Beam of the Sentinel to work? You have to be like within range of the keep.
What?
Isn't
That's
it
not
a
a
keep
keep
power?
No.
No,
Oh.
that's a gun power.
You
You
okay,
okay?
Ty?
I'm tired. I didn't sleep today.
Do you want to watch Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
He
I mean,
hates-
Devil May Cry 2 will put me to sleep anyways, so it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I am eager to see Amy try to play that game before resigning to the guns, though.
I don't know that I'm going to.
You just get a fucking auto roller. Not an auto roller, like a presser thing. Make a macro. When
A
press
turbo button? Is that what
Yeah.
you're looking for?
turbo button. I don't know what turbo is.
How many dice is it, Matt?
I'm still looking at the Fire and Ice, Direct Hatred, Indomitable, Arcane Oxidation. Okay. This critical hit deals an additional 3d6 plus 6 damage, which is already multiplied. It is not, again, multiplied by a critical hit.
So three more d6s.
9 plus 6. So 15 more damage. What does that put it at?
201.
It drops to the ground.
Ooh.
And the flames inside again rise up into the helmet and turn like a green color now. But it is on the ground. It is prone.
I see.
It's in its 3rd phase. Oh no.
So someone can sort out who these dice belong to.
If video games have taught me anything, he's about to explode.
It is Cora's turn.
Okay. So, what Cora does is she flies up a number of feet in the air. What is my speed actually? I don't fucking know. 30. Okay. She flies up 30 feet in the air. Actually, no, it's just 20.
Those
feet
are my
because-
dice over there.
20 feet in the air, and she is going to cast the cleric spell.
Where's the rest of the set? Oh, here's one of them. Never mind. What are you casting?
She's going to cast the cleric spell Spirit Blast.
Okay, what does that do and on who?
Damn it!
Can't you just
Concentrate
move?
ethereal energy
I
and
can.
attack a creature spirit, dealing 16d6 force.
I have to
Calm
put
down
in the
there.
spell now. So yeah, fortitude save. Damn it!
Basic fort.
I'm not against that guy.
You had literally the entire time he rolled a billion dice.
I know.
So what is the answer?
The answer is chain lightning.
Really? That's an awful direct damage spell. This is not like mooks. These are big dudes.
The answer is lightning bolt.
Is that even any better?
I mean, you're using a lower level spell slot for it, so there's that.
4d12. That's crap.
Can I ask?
You know what? No, I have.
Pick a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Spirit Blast. Fuck it.
Okay, what is your spell save DC?
Spell save for my clerical spells is. I've got it right here. 32.
His save.
Make weird noises and they make me uncomfortable. Please. Cease.
You said 32, and
Mm-hmm.
it's basic.
Basic.
He fails.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So he takes. I just had it pulled up. Damn thing. Spirit.
It's 16d6. Force.
Please don't roll 16d6.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, like
Roll
D6
the
is the
damage.
only one we could conceivably roll 16 of.
let me pull up my dice roller.
Please do not play with sharp objects.
Are you fucking 12?
Yes. Well,
It's not telling me. 47.
What does that put the fire giant at?
What was he at already? The,
The
fire,
fire
giant.
giant,
Not me.
113 plus 47 makes a
160.
clean 160.
He expires.
oh,
Okay.
You blast him through the chest with this, I assume.
Yeah, so like kind of like ethereal, ghostly, like spiritual energy flows from the Sword of Kos to her hand and comes and from inside her, and it's just this sharp white beam that just pierces him through the chest.
He falls to the ground, and his crown lands off of his head, and just his sword clatters to the ground. He is done. After your turn, because that's the whole thing, right?
That's the whole thing.
It is caster's turn. We are still in initiative order. This thing is very slowly healing itself.
Ah.
Finish it off, caster.
It's immune to magic, so I'm gonna whack it.
Okay.
Hey, at least we spent most of this session was spent intense talking.
The Sun Saint cleaves it in the skull to make sure it is dead.
Ow.
What'd you roll on die?
14.
That'd be a 39 total.
That works. His
Oh.
AC is compromised.
Oh,
by the
because it's
acid.
prone.
And he's fucking dying, big dead.
So, move.
Immovo.
in that square.
You do not need to roll damage. So this special ability of his is that when he hits 0 HP, unless he takes damage from a weapon that breaches his resistances, he's healing himself. But if he takes any more damage, he dies.
Oh.
So because you breached it,
Whoa!
He dies.
the finishing blow.
The metal parts
the coup
with a
de grace.
screech.
I have no idea how much experience this encounter is going to be worth, but I will have an answer for you at, tomorrow, basically.
That's fine.
That's not the end of our session, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we really want to, we can turn the candles back on, I guess.
I want to turn my lantern back on.
I'm
you
fine.
do,
I
Haley.
like
What?
Huh?
I said I know you do, Haley.
So, after that fight, and I assume you guys are sitting around the corpse of this giant, and you're huffing around this giant golem, just like...
Cora heals herself.
The king comes back out with a number of guard. There is also Lady Kadra, Boltjaw, Galahad, and the king just looks around and so there's 40 people out here now, and then there are these just two destroyed, a construct and a giant on the ground. I knew it. I knew the Ifrit could not be trusted.
This is not the Ifrit's doing.
Oh, well, the Lady Kadra didn't go inside.
Lady Cage's here. She's
Yeah,
there.
This is not the Ifrit's doing. Your enemies are moving to the north. This is their hand in play.
The Efreet brought that statue into my city. Efreet bearing the cross, bearing the crest of the Ishinori noble family.
And
with signed articles for its turnover.
then that should be investigated, but they did not do this of their own volition.
They are devils, the lot of them. You're going to need to do a lot more than have some stern words. But you have my thanks.
The least we could do. No worries.
Until this investigation is over, as it is a significantly more pressing matter, the legitimacy of the Cadron barony, the new Cadron barony, will be put on hold. On the condition that taxation is adequately paid.
Of course.
Cora looks to Kadra.
She just, like, comes out from behind the podium, or the fucking seats, and is just like, you got it. Perfectly happy to do so. Also, I told you they were resourceful and trustworthy. Yes. Yes, I see that. I'll have my entourage escort you in a few weeks' time. I have powerful need to have as many strong sword arms here as possible now.
Sir, with all due respect, I could take them to Arkbridge within the hour.
An attempt was just made on my life.
As you said.
I am not weakening my position here. You're dismissed. Free to leave the castle whenever you like. You don't belong here among the bureaucrats anyway.
I feel like that's a compliment, kind of.
It's intended as one.
Yeah, that was in case that came across as backhanded. Like maybe it necessarily shouldn't.
Well, if that cast goes and grabs the crown.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Whoa! Holy shit, dude!
Oh man, fuck, really?
Do you do anything with it?
Keep it.
Put it in the bag.
Ooh, hold on to it.
She's a brazen, dumb idiot sometimes.
It's too big for your head, I think.
Hey.
Does it shrink?
No.
Hey, depending on what that is, it might. If we give it to the kingdom, it might be adequate. It might begin to be adequate compensation for the taxes that we should have been paying.
Do you roll to identify it? Does anyone do anything with the crown other than pick it up?
I mean,
it doesn't explode or possess your mind.
Well, that's the two. That's
Corey,
the
or
two
the
first check
identifier
boxes.
rolls.
Cass was just gonna put it on.
That is the dumbest idea.
I'm going to identify it.
It is too
Partly
big for
because
you.
it's a hula hoop for you. It's not a hat, that's a belt.
She
8
can wear it.
plus
Pointy belt.
Ty, we've got like 10 minutes left, man.
Okay, 35.
35?
Yeah.
You know it's enchanted. Like, it has enchantment magic on it.
Wait. Give me that. It's enchantment magic, possibly mind affecting. She grabs it and like turns it over in her hand. I want to study this further. It might be that we might learn who. This might be a key part of the investigation. Depending on where this crown came from, maybe the royal family of Ashianor didn't plot this attack.
Entirely possible, yes.
You receive a message from the captain.
Uh-oh.
There is a situation at the keep which is not urgent, but likely requires your attention.
My personal attention?
The parties.
Okay. what is said incident?
I am bound not to say.
Oh.
We need to go home soon.
Take my hand. We'll make it now. We'll go there now.
We should pack.
Okay, that first.
I'll pack.
Was that Kadra?
That was Galahad.
What the fuck?
Well,
Somebody's serious going off.
if Galahad will stay unpacked, we can go there and come back.
I'm sorry that we did not have a bit more time. I will return. I will return soon to take you all home.
It's quite alright.
It was nice seeing you again.
Of course. We'll be back soon to collect our things and do the lot.
All right.
So you guys teleport back to the keep?
Yep.
We're gonna end the session after you guys teleport back to the keep.
Okay.
It is noticeably uneasy here. Everyone's there. Nobody's dead, so far as you can tell. The guards are there, the pages are there, but everyone is kind of just a little pale in the face. Not like they're ill, and not like they're under any spell, but like something is deeply wrong.
Do we get to find out what that deeply wrong
No.
is? Damn it.
My apologies to Tyler, who I really did actually try and get into this session.
It's fine.
But we will start next session, and Tyler will have a character sheet by then, and you guys will meet Tyler's character once again.
Ilosara or
What
Aeva?
time is it?
It is currently
8:55.
8:55.
God damn it.
Why?
Because I wanted this session. I wanted this session to be the one.
If we, I mean,
Push it.
I would rather not push this late, but we could try for one additional time slot.
I mean, there's no good one open.
I'll find out what my schedule is come tomorrow at 5:30. So.
Alright.
I do know that I'm gonna be working all weekend though. So.
Do you work this weekend, Tattoo?
Not this weekend, but I do have plans.
Oh.
Well, for Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm free Saturday and Sunday.
Do we want to come over here early on Sunday? Ty? Do we want to come here early on Sunday?
How early?
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Do you work Sunday?
What I do know
only prep
is that that's the end of this session. I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording, and then